was about to start because I was about to say something.
That's all they do. They lie. They're like that country over there that does nothing but lie. Anywho, ladies, gentlemen, sentient piles of rebel. Um, what's going on? Waffle House employees, what's going on? How y'all feeling, man? How's everybody doing?
You should have said Waffle House employees first, because now they might do some damage.
Yeah, all right, perfect pair. Stop playing me.
I don't know if you're strong enough to perfect parry a Waffle House employee.
Flawless block.
Your best bet is just to dodge. I'm gonna tell you like that.
Mm-mm.
Actually, you know what? People always talk about Waffle House employees. I think Popeye's employees are uh the better fighters.
See, I can see that. I can see that. Well, like, when you think of all the places that people work, who do you think got the most hands out of like any like it don't even have to be just food places. Like you could take it off of food. Like if you think the niggas at TJ Maxx really getting into it like that, like what you think?
Business where I think they got the most scrappers, the most dastardly fighting individuals. A couple years ago, I would have said Walmart employees, but I feel like they gotten soft lately.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, that was one I had in my mind, but I'm like, nah. I've seen the niggas in my local Walmart. No
Yeah, lately,
disrespect,
like
but
just
I'm
in this
cooking
age of
y'all.
social media, and like there's so many niggas filming in Walmart.
Yeah, from the
The
pandemic
employees just won't.
onwards.
Yeah, it's like from 2020 onwards. It's like the caliber of Walmart employees is just not as threatening. They don't have the aura they used to.
Not the oralist, the oralist Walmart employee.
I'd say
uh,
I don't even think when I think about places where people be scrapping. I don't even think about like regular stores. It's mostly just fast food places like McDonald's, Popeyes, Waffle House.
yeah, I think for me, I think my vote might be Bojangles.
I can see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I think I'm gonna vote for Bojangles. One, I mean, look, we know where the Bojangles are primarily situated, demographically speaking. But two,
Racially motivated.
realistically speaking, he said what?
Racially motivated.
No, no, socioeconomically status mode. um, but so that's one thing, and then two, again, of all the Bojangles I ever been to, it's like like the folks at the window, they talk a certain like, and it's like you just don't, I don't, you're not the person I really want to like. I don't really want to push you like that.
Yeah, I don't know what you liable to do, honestly.
Yeah, so I would, my vote is definitely Bojangles. I think if we talking like retail or something, I know who got the worst hands. It's probably got to be Hollister.
That's not even that shouldn't even be in the conversation. Hollister, Aeropostale, American Eagle,
Nah, nah.
Forever
Of them
21,
three,
H&M.
Hollister specifically.
I
Although
would
I
think
don't know, I
I
don't
would
know.
think Aeropostale because they got them shirtless niggas standing out front.
But you gotta understand, Aeropostale is like the low tier version of those other two. So it's
Oh
like,
wait. Sorry, not Aeropostale. I was thinking about Abercrombie and Fitch. That's what I was thinking about.
yeah. I can see that Abercrombie, yeah, for sure.
That's definitely the lowest tier. But they
I feel
all in the
like
same group.
yeah, no, yeah. It's like you literally like, nigga, your ass, no, your ass, and it's two mid niggas arguing with each other. The battle of mid.
You you think Five Below employees be getting down?
Yeah.
I feel like the cheaper the store, like the
Yes,
more
like
likely a
I feel
nigga
like a
is to.
store where you sell chargers for $4, niggas will get it shaken.
Yeah.
Cause chargers aren't $4. I'm just letting y'all know. None of them.
I'm letting y'all know like niggas didn't know that.
Yeah, like MFI certified Apple chargers, lightning cables, those are not $4. Like I'm letting y'all know that. That whole finna work for like 40 days, and then the planned obsolescence chip just boot up.
The planned obsolescence chip in the
Hmm.
cord. It's got a chip in the cord.
Listen, I don't know how they get it in there. I'm not. Look, I ain't the science nigga. I'm just letting you know. After 40 days, you get 40 days and 40 nights, and then all right, turn it off. It should it should start doing. We don't recognize this accessory.
I think
My
see, it's
phone's
crazy.
drinking.
We just said Five Below. We think niggas get shit shaken, but I don't see that for dollar store employees for some reason.
It
I don't
depends
know.
which
I don't
dollar
think they
store,
got that
I think.
because like I've been in the dollar store and it's usually like a small skinny 17-year-old or like a 23-year-old white woman is registered. Like I don't see them getting down like that.
I think it depends because it's like, okay, so it's like Family Dollar, they with the shits.
Oh yeah. Family. I'm
Dollar
thinking about the
Tree,
green one.
not
Dollar
yeah,
Tree,
Dollar
Dollar
Tree,
General.
yeah.
I can't see them. I
Dollar
can't. They
Tree,
don't
not
got it.
so much.
They
Like
don't got it.
Dollar
But
now, Dollar
Dollar
General,
General.
I think
Yeah.
that's give or take. That's give or take. Play with a Dollar General nigga if you want. Like you
I would
might
do
run
that.
into the right nigga, you might run into the wrong nigga. Dollar King, I'm not even familiar with Dollar King.
What the fuck is Dollar King?
They got Dollar King. I'm just letting you know.
I think GameStop employees, but only the ones that work in strip malls that are connected to other shit. The
Oh yeah,
GameStops
yeah.
that are in the mall, they not about shit. But the ones that are like connected to like a Home Depot and a
Strip
Target,
mall, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well,
yeah,
only reason why I would push back on that because the GameStop near me, closest to me, was exactly what you describing, and I would put every nigga in there.
you
So,
gotta go to one in the hood.
well, yeah, of course, right? Because that's preservation, nigga. That's survival. Like they need scrappers because when I get that shit off the truck, somebody got to, somebody got to be willing to go out over this shit. Um. Yeah, I think like yeah, like when you get into all those, like, cause again, I always think of like the high end brands, like designer brands and shit like that. Like I feel like if you work for like Nordstrom, no
Nah,
hands, no
niggas calling
hands,
security off
no
top.
hands. Yeah, no hands at a Nordstrom. A Macy's, careful now. A Sears, like, they don't got Sears no more, but a Sears, careful now.
Oh, a Macy's in a bad mall, like a mall where kids always get into fights.
A Macy's in a mall that also has a Kmart. Like,
I don't think I've ever even seen a mall connected to a Kmart. That is crazy.
I've seen we had a Kmart near us that was that a Costco near there? Or did the Kmart become a Costco? I don't remember. But yeah, nah. Shit, I remember when Sam's Club used to go crazy. Yeah, that'd be
I've
the
never
funny
seen
part.
Sam's Club go crazy.
Look, I'll tell you what. The niggas at Costco, if we were to compare them to the people at BJ's, who you think is the better scrappers?
BJ's. I've been. Have you been inside of BJ's?
Mm-hmm.
They
Not
just
not
got that.
not in a long time, but
They just got that look. Costco. To me, Costco as a place reminds me of like the Chick-fil-A of
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
supermarkets.
And there's a reason for that.
BJ's. BJ's is like a Wendy's, maybe less than Wendy's, maybe like a McDonald's.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the same vote for BJ's, because I feel like there's like a direct correlation to how well you treat your employees and whether they can scrap to me.
Yeah, and BJ's treat niggas like even the atmosphere of the store feels different from Sam's Club and Costco. If you walk into the BJ's, nigga, it's dim in there. The lighting isn't even the same.
The lights flickering.
Nigga, it's just an oppressive atmosphere when you walk in. Like when you walking around in Costco and Sam's Club, you feel happy. You like, oh man, look at all this shit. I could got all this shit in bulk. Nigga, you walk around BJ's and it feels menacing.
You're like in a warehouse, and it's just like it
It's
just feels
literally
like
it's like a warehouse. It's not a bulk store, nigga. You just in the back. The whole store is just all backs, and you just looking at shit on pallets. It's just everything from the back is just out on the floor. That's what BJ's feels like.
we okay here? Is that we all right? Am I supposed to be here?
Not to mention, their food court is fucking atrocious, nigga. It's dog shit.
BJ's has a food court.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, they do. They're Sam's Club and Costco. They pretty much like go band for band with the food court. Like, I think they both use the same type of hot dogs and pizza. Like, they both use Nathan's for the hot dogs, and Nathan's be plump and juicy. You got a good snap on them. I don't know what the fuck BJ's use, but it's the most Oscar Mayer hot dog tasting hot dogs, man.
Nigga, you just said they so plump and juicy, got a good snap on them. How? Why am I supposed to just glide past that?
you know, When you bite into a hot dog, you don't like your hot dog to have a snap. You just want your teeth to just go through the meat.
My man said a snap though. That's not crazy. That's
You
not
just
crazy.
be out here eating limp
No,
wieners.
listen. It's not about what I be eating. Okay, that's not crazy. Is
So
that not crazy?
when you bite into a sausage, right? Yes, it don't have you don't like that snap.
Snap, yo. Come on. Come
Nigga, go
on,
on
man.
IG and look up a video of a nigga breaking a sausage in half. The noise it make, that's the
Why
snap.
would I need that, bro? I'm broke. I grew up on those best hot dogs that were like you can get 10 for a dollar, nigga. Like I know, I understand what you're talking about.
If you understand, I don't understand why you make it a big deal.
Because just the way it's worded sounds nuts.
How does snap ain't even that's not even plausible.
I didn't say pause. That's not what I'm worried about. It just sounds crazy.
Excuse me for just going
It ain't got nothing to do with being freaky, nigga. It's just talking about I've been into a Frank and had a good snap. Like, stop describing it like that.
Listen, man, you don't know dogs like I know dogs, man. I'm a
yeah.
I'm a real Frankfurter.
You're a real Frankfurter. You're
I'm a Franksmith.
You said Frank. Look, can I craft you a Frank, my lord? It'll be the finest Frank in the land.
No funny.
I got the somber stones for my shit. But okay, so we'll see. Well, I guess we talking about games, right? We not, but I just mentioned the game. But I guess we might as well just get into the good games. I'm gonna start with the short topics real quick. Tekken DLC. First DLC character is confirmed. It's Eddie Gordo.
I mean, that was confirmed before the game dropped. We just have a date now.
Well, yeah, true. But I'm curious because a lot of people were talking about all the other characters and who they wanted for da 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 and this and that, and I was just like, honestly, it's gonna be some people like, look, I want like Julia back. Like, I want. Well, first off,
minority. I don't want Tekken characters. I want guest characters like Negan or Akuma.
Please keep Akuma out of this fucking.
No. I know we don't need. I'm not talking about them specifically. I'm just saying I want characters not from Tekken.
You're like, yeah,
give me Baki, give me Yujiro.
Yeah, I've been saying Yujiro would be crazy. Yujiro would be crazy in this game. Yujiro or Baki. I think this is gonna. Oh man, I'm gonna sound like the nastiest son of a bitch in the world. I would love Virgil.
From Devil May Cry?
I would love Virgil. Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool, but I don't understand like how that would work in context of like
Tekken. Yeah, with the sword normals. Yeah, I have no clue. I have no fucking clue.
I mean, Victor has a gun and a sword, and Nina has a sword. I mean, a gun.
That's like that meme where it's like Yoshimitsu, a demon from space, and they just start breaking everybody down. It's like Victor. He just said, got a Glock with a switch on it. Like, I got the switchy on this shit. Yeah?
Like, I know the Tekken durability and like how niggas fight is crazy, but like Devil May Cry, Virgil and Dante, them niggas are like planet buster type.
Oh yeah. I seen somebody have an argument the other. I think it was literally earlier today. They was doing that Sephiroth versus Virgil shit, and I was like, listen, no disrespect to the One Wing Angel or whatever. Y'all niggas genuinely are not familiar with how busted both Virgil and Dante are.
Niggas, Dante and Virgil they were fighting and moving so fast they were dodging around raindrops while they were fighting. Like, it was mid-rain. The rain was frozen in the air and they were moving around the raindrops.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. Like, listen, I'm not even gonna explain shit to you. Listen, dog. You're gonna die. It's gonna happen.
But I mean, fuck making sense. Games don't need to make sense. The games are fun. So fuck. It doesn't matter if Virgil would destroy everybody in Tekken. Just put him in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's and
I
that's
would
the other
love.
thing. Like, and some other people was talking about bringing back Roger or Alex, the kangaroo or the dinosaur.
Yeah, please.
And listen, Roger, Alex, I'm not fully familiar with Alex's set. Please don't bring Roger. Please, or if you do, please rework that nigga's kit because he cannot have a hell sweep. These no quick ass jabs and no, please don't, like, please rework this nigga before y'all do that. And the worst part is there's a lot of characters that are like good ideas to bring back or to
Bring back
bring.
Mokujin and just fuck everything up.
Listen, don't even make him DLC. Just bring back Mokujin. I'm dead ass serious. Don't make nobody pay for that. Just add Mokujin, please. Genuinely, please. I'm not even joking. Like, I would love that. But then there's the whole thing of like the problem with a lot of DLC characters is like there's a million guys who are good ideas to bring back. The only problem is what they found a lot was that we don't want to bring back people that no one's gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, for example, remember Lei, the drunken whatever dude?
Yeah.
He's like a staple in Tekken, but when they brought him back, people did not play with him.
Yeah.
So they were just sort of like, well, not gonna do that again. But for me, I'm like, listen, like if y'all want my honest take on, I want Armor King. I know, but I want Armor King. I want Kunimitsu, and I want Heihachi. And I'll take Anna. I'll take Julia. I really don't want Heihachi, but I guess it makes. Well, no, it doesn't.
I mean, it's Tekken. You kind of need Heihachi.
Yeah, but again, you can bring him back anyway. But to me, my whole thing is like excluding Heihachi, it would be Armor King, Kunimitsu, and either Anna or what was the other girl I said? Julia or Michelle. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all figure out whoever the hell y'all want to go with instead.
Bring back Gon.
Not Gon.
The 2-foot dinosaur. I want Gon. You
Niggas
said
talking
don't
about
bring back Roger. I want Roger or Alex. I'll take Alex.
niggas talking about bringing back Wang, the old dude.
Yeah, I know. I remember Wayne.
I used to hate him, bro. I used to hate playing against that nigga so much. Yeah, nah. All them characters. Or if you don't do that. Don't do that. That's super cheap. Don't do that. I was gonna say take one of the what do you call them? One of the forms of like Jin or Kazuya from the story and add it. But I'm like, don't do that. That's so cheap.
I thought they were gonna do that. I thought at the end of the game, after you beat Jin with Angel Jin, I figured we would unlock Angel Jin, honestly, but they didn't do that. So I feel like they could bring, because Angel Jin had a totally different moveset, and you can't do those same moves with Devil Jin or normal.
Oh
Jin.
yeah, no, you can't. Yeah.
So I figured that was gonna be an unlockable character, but maybe they're gonna lock it behind DLC.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could. I wouldn't like that, but I guess they could do that, right?
Like, why would you give us a character that has totally different movesets if there's no way for us to play that character?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, I think Anna would be good. She would fit into the story. That would work. Yeah, obviously Eddie's back. Da da da. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. I pray to God it's not Roger.
I'm excited about Eddie. I was always an Eddie main, so now my main is back.
I always hated Eddie. He was a nigga. I just never could. I never loved you.
You said you just don't like niggas. That's what you said.
Funny enough, no.
So
No.
Racist.
Now that I think about it, I hate playing Raven in Tekken 8. Who else?
Oh, this nigga really racist. I was joking.
Let's get into it. Let's dive into it. Who do I like? Who do I hate the most? Who do I genuinely hate?
Damn dirty blacks.
Now, don't Leroy. I don't care about Leroy. He's kind of annoying, but I'm not really tripping over him. I hate playing Fang like more than anything. Like honestly, I want to pick him up next just so I can figure out what I need to do against that nigga. But I hate Fang. I like more than any character in this game.
I want to go back to Tekken and play it more, but it's so much shit to play. Like Dragon's Dogma, Rise of Ronin.
Yeah, I seen some screenshots you had from Dragon Dogma yesterday. I guess we could transition to that. But I was like, oh, this This nigga been cooking. This nigga further along than I am, most likely.
Well, don't worry.
I'm 20 something, but I've just been like wandering. Like I haven't necessarily been doing a story like that.
I was wandering around for a minute, and then I decided most of the good shit is further in the game, so I might as well just do the story. So I went to the second area, Batal, and then I
Mhm.
started to kind of wander and do side quests there. And now I got elemental weapons now, so I don't need my mage to buff my weapons. I switched back from Mystic Spearhand back to Thief
Mhm.
because like I told you I found the Thief Meister, so I had like the good abilities for Thief. So I switched to that. And then I got electric daggers, and then I got ice daggers. And apparently the ice daggers are like the best ones in the game, and you can keep them all the way into the late game. So
Oh, yeah. There's
um
one thing I did run into that Drake
oh
that
man, I've run
thing.
into like I don't know if it's the same dragon or I'm assuming there's just multiple dragons in the game, but every time I run into a dragon, I just slowly back away and go a different way.
Yeah,
The
yeah, for
one
sure.
time I tried to fight a dragon, I went on a ballista thinking that the ballista would like one shot it or two shot it.
Wait, is that where he was fighting like the Cyclops or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got on the ballista. I shot him one time, and it did almost no damage. That nigga turned to me and flew to me, landed on me, killed me and all my pawns, and just from landing on me.
Mhm.
I was thinking the
Mhm.
ballista was like, that's like the weapon to kill him or something, but no, no.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think I do know there are multiple dragons, and I'm assuming some of them are easier than others. I think the one in that valley in that battlefield is just super strong. Because the
Yeah.
one that you fight in Melv that has like all the pustules on it, if you get on the ballista in Melv, you can kill that one with 3 shots.
This nigga know the name of the places. That's a you really gaming for real.
Nigga, it's only like 3 places. It's Vermund, Melv, and Batal.
No, I know. I just when I tell you like there's been so many videos that you sent, and I'm like, I know I auto watch these. I just never wanted to. I kind of just wanted to fuck around for a little while and then figure out later on what I was doing.
See, like I usually like to fuck around in RPGs and like I'm fucking around in this game, but this isn't the same as other RPGs because other RPGs you have like fast travel and you can see the map and everything. Like this game, half the map is just blacked out, so you don't even know where you're going, and there's no fast travel. When you mark something on the map, it doesn't lead you to where you're going. You just like wandering in the direction of the pin that you put down. So like, there's so much shit going on. I'm just like, I'm just gonna look up a video and see where I need to go.
Hmm. uh, yeah. So I mean, but look, I tell you what, I'm having fun with it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people are sitting there saying like, "Oh, I hated the story on this." Do. And I'm just like, guys. With all due respect, I don't give a fuck what the story is. I'm gonna be honest. When I played Dragon Age Inquisition and loved it, didn't care what the story was about. I played all three of the Dragon Ages. Couldn't tell you what the fuck happened in Inquisition. I don't know. Don't care. Didn't even care at that point. I played the first one and I knew the storyline. Then they had the DLC that expanded on that. That was about as far as I remember. Played two. I didn't like two. Didn't know what the story was. Play three. I'm like, bro, listen. I feel like if the gameplay itself is enough, buddy, it's the story is not.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't
It's an
gotta give me a
RPG.
ton.
You're playing a role. This is a role playing game. The story doesn't matter. Just play your role. Just level your character up and fight shit.
And don't get me wrong. What I will say is that the story's simple. The story's
Yeah,
simple. Like I know, for at least where I am in the game, I know what's happening and what's supposed to be happening and what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I care? No, but but it's not hard to follow. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's
I don't
so
even
that's
know why people are like. I don't know necessarily what people dislike about the story. It's just a normal run of the mill RPG story. Nigga, like Skyrim would have the same type of story. You're the Arisen. You were the king because of for whatever reason the Arisen are just kings in this universe. You got poisoned by some woman. and then she switched you to a slave man, and you lost your memory, and then she props some fake niggas up to run the country so she can have control. That's the story. You just trying to get your memories back. You trying to become king again, and then I guess fight the dragons. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's not that hard. It's not that big a deal to me.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like it's the difference between story and plot. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's like the plot is fine. The story,
It's
maybe
whatever.
it's a little iffy. Maybe it's a little iffy. But for me, it's just like I'm fine with the plot of this shit. Like the sequencing and the you know what I mean. Like I'm fine with the
Mm-hmm.
chain of events that lead into one another. Da da da. Again, you can argue it's the pacing is this or maybe this da da da. I don't really like I said. I'm not. I don't care that much. Ghost of Tsushima. How many of y'all can tell me what the storyline was right off the top of y'all head? I'm sure y'all can.
I mean, I could, but that's just because. I mean, that game wasn't even an RPG. That was a very heavy story
Yeah, no, I
based
know that
game.
wasn't RPG. Yeah, it's just RPG elements. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
it's like, look, I ask somebody to tell you what Final Fantasy VII Remake is about. They couldn't tell you.
nigga,
Ask
don't
what
bring
people
that
to
up.
tell you what the Persona 5s is about. Don't know, can't tell you. Ask a nigga to tell me what Yakuza is about. Well, Yakuza is the same thing every time. But well, yeah. So it's like, but that's be my whole thing where it's just like, dog, like, be honest. Don't none of y'all know what most of these games is like, and not to mention, I don't trust y'all opinions on these things anyway.
Mhm.
Because I've seen time and time again that niggas will tell you. Perfect examples of Dragon's Dogma. Niggas will set up here and made it seem like the microtransactions was like as if the game would stop you every 2 minutes. Yo, buy something. All right, go ahead. You can keep playing. I'm gonna be back in a minute though. Yo, buy something. You don't have to. You don't have to. Don't let nobody convince you you have to. But buy something. Like it ain't that, dog. Like it don't like. And then when I looked into it and seen it, I'm just like, dog. Why do y'all just believe? Like that's always my thing because I've played enough games and I've fallen for that trap enough to know that like a lot of times I'm gonna look at something and on first glance I may not jack it, I may not like it, I might love it, da da da, whatever. But it's like it's gonna require me to go in and dig and figure out what's actually happening because it's always gonna be what y'all telling me, it's gonna be what the studio telling me, and then it's gonna be the truth. Because realistically speaking, the studio always gonna try to sell you a game, so they just gonna quote unquote tell you all the right shit. And then on the other end, people who dislike the game or love the game, they're homers one way or the other. So they just gonna try to sell you on hating the game or loving the game. So for me, it's just like when y'all hear some of these things about microtransactions, this, do do do, like look into these things. Look into them. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Like these niggas be such free thinkers until it come time to think freely. Like, and then suddenly that should just disappear. And like, then it's just group thinking. It's just what they said it was ass. The microtransactions was all over the place. And I get it. I understand at least half of y'all argument, and I respect half of the argument because it's like a lot of these games are pushing microtransactions. They're incomplete games. They're this. So I understand just on face value, you having a problem with the game launching with with DLC or not DLC, but with mad purchasable shit. I get it on its surface. But when you look into what's purchasable, it's like, dog, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad. There's no battle pass. there's no there's no pay to play, pay to win. Because again, if I were to spend all that money on them little fast travel currency, all that would do is help me get around faster. Like
And
that's my whole
my whole
thing. Like
thing is, I
what
didn't even know the game had microtransactions until niggas started making the fuss online. You can go through the whole game without even knowing. The only reason that niggas even know that there's microtransactions is because on Steam, once you go to a game, it shows you all the microtransactions. On
yeah.
PlayStation, you have to literally go to the store and then go to add-ons to see if a game has microtransactions. I didn't even fucking know it had microtransactions. And I get
Yeah.
people's argument like it's a single player game, it shouldn't be microtransactions to begin with. You're right. I agree. I hate microtransactions. I hate his family. I hate that nigga, everything. But
I hate the
it
transaction family.
I hate the transaction family, but everybody's like talking about these microtransactions. You don't need them to play the game. And I've been seeing like theories. You know, people are gonna like dick ride when they like a game. Like you said, niggas gonna homer if they like a game.
Yeah.
But I did see somebody come up with a theory that I actually believe. Somebody was saying that the way these microtransactions are set up it seems like the developers they made this game, and Capcom was like, "You got to put some microtransactions in the game. If we don't care, put them in the game." And so they just put a bunch of petty bullshit in the game. If you actually look at the microtransactions, it's
Yeah,
fucking
and
it's
I'm glad you
fast
said that.
travel stones and it's
Dog,
revive
I'm
stones.
looking at a list of the microtransactions. If you buy this shit, you are the dumbest. So like, there's
Yeah,
nothing like. Okay, first one is the port crystals. Now the port crystals are, I would argue, they're somewhat useful. Like this is the one thing I can understand. Okay, I see why
I
you would
just
want.
from playing have 3 port cruisers. I can fast travel to 3 different
But
locations.
also, you can only buy one port crystal. You can only pay for
Oh,
one. You can have
it's like
10 and
it's a
you can have
one-time
10.
purchase.
Yeah, exactly. You can have 10, but you can simply only pay for one. Which, so that's my other thing. Yes, there's microtransactions, but they not juicing you niggas. They tell you straight up, look, I'll let you buy one port crystal so you can get to this city from this city to that city quick. But if you want the network, you're gonna have to get that yourself. Right? So then boom. Obviously you need fairy stones,
They don't even
right?
sell fairy stones. They just sell the
And
port
they
crystals.
don't sell fairy stones. That's my whole point. You need the fairy stones to use them, but you got to find those in the game anyway. So yet again, the game, you can pay for whatever, but you still got to play the damn game significantly more than you can just pay. They got
This
wake
is
stones
even more of an
again.
argument in favor of what I said about the developers. They put shit in the game. They put these microtransactions in the game because Capcom made them. Because like,
Yeah,
what the fuck am I gonna do with 1 port crystal, bro?
yeah.
One,
Hold on, it gets even worse. You want to buy a wake stone, nigga? No, nigga, no. Like I'm not gonna hold you. I don't use my wake stones.
nigga. The only time that I've used wake stones is if I died from something stupid, like I jumped off a cliff. Like if I die in combat, first off, niggas were complaining about the saves in the game. Niggas are stupid because niggas are hitting the option to fucking they hit the option to
Save and go to
start
the main
from
menu.
no, not that. Niggas are selecting the
Oh,
option where
last
you can
in.
saving from the end. You niggas are
That's so
stupid.
stupid. Why would you
If
pick that?
you select save from last save,
It's gonna be
then
way
you're gonna
more
respawn
accurate.
fucking 5 minutes before where you died.
Yeah, like I've only had that one time where I clicked from last save and it cooked me, and I was like, "Oh, that was like 20 minutes." Like that's that, but I've only had that once. Every
Yeah.
other time, it's like I've genuinely never had the experience of the autosave like frying me like that. So the autosave is pretty decent, and it don't do you like that. But the wake stone thing is stupid because again, you don't have to spend wake stones. A nigga who played it, like I have not used one yet, and I've been playing for at least 10, 15 hours, and I haven't used a single one yet. And I've died and almost died a few times. Like, so then, all right, let's keep going. Right, you could buy rift crystals,
Rift crystals, like the
the
currency
RC,
for
yeah, the currency
paying for.
to pay for the pawns,
Oh
right?
my god, nigga!
Now,
I got
granted,
like fucking 30,000 RC.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you get a ton of RC. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm running a little low right now, but that's
How are you
fine.
running low? What are you spending on?
No, so I bought I purchased one of these pawns and it was the wrong pawn and I spent a bag on that nigga. Like I was
Why was the
sick.
pawns so much? Most of the pawns that I get are like 60 rift crystals.
60. Nah, that nigga was like 900. I blew a bag on him.
Why was he
But
so
he had
much?
all
What
the
was
shit
special about him?
I don't even know. He had all the shit I need. Again, I was just, but again, this is my mistake. You get what I'm saying? Like this is just me not fully getting the system and how I get the shit back. So now I'm playing a game where damn, like my shit is a little low. I gotta buy my time. I've been chilling with the same pawns for a little while. And look, I be watching them though, because every once in a while niggas I've been hearing about this mysterious illness going around. I'm like, what you hear? What did you hear? Tell me what you heard about it.
So like mine be saying that sometimes too, and it be scaring the fuck out of me. But they can't just randomly get it. The only way they'll get it is if a dragon picks them up and just stares longingly into their eyes, or you pick up a pawn from the rift that already has it. That's the only way that
Oh, wait,
they're not just gonna randomly contract it.
you said a dragon picking them up and looking. I watched that happen yesterday.
Oh no, you're done. If a dragon picks up a pawn and they stare at him with like red eyes,
With the red stuff in, yeah.
you're they got it. You're
Uh,
done.
I'm gonna toss her into the ocean. I see.
They're gonna start showing symptoms soon. And then
But
if
yeah,
you look closely at night, once they get infected, your pawn's eyes will be red too.
got you. But then, so here's the other thing, right? If you buy the deluxe edition, right, you get a whole bunch of stuff. The same shit I just mentioned: Wakestone, Rift Crystals, and an Explorer's Camping Kit, right? If you buy any of the deluxe edition or whatever edition packs or a boon for any of the packs, right? You cannot buy those items again individually. Yet again, this is not what niggas who want to juice you do.
Yeah, this is.
Why would I limit you? I would let you buy 1 trillion Rift Crystals if I wanted to milk you.
Exactly, but niggas, it's just an echo chamber online. Niggas don't have brains. They're not looking at this. They just see microtransactions and say, fuck that nigga family.
Dog, I got another one. I'm dropping $100 on this tonight. Harpy lore item. Let's go.
Why on God's green earth would you fucking need a harpy? Nigga, they're everywhere.
Let's go.
What would you even need to lure a harpy for? Do they drop a material that you need?
Well, no, you can lure them and then grab them to fly over a long gap or something. But again, who's paying money for that? Nobody. Heartfelt pendant, which is a gift that you use to raise the infinity, making it easier to romance NPC. Dog,
you're paying to
another
fuck
one.
NPC?
Another one. And I don't even think fucking exists in this game. Does it? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, romance, you just think about like fucking.
Yeah, right. And then so another one. Ambivalent Rift Incense. Change pawn inclinations. Dog, come on. You said it in the beginning of the game. And then anyway. You got the makeshift Gale key. You don't need this.
You don't, because the mission,
you can escape the prison without. There's always a way to escape the prison.
Not only can you escape the prison without, but if you're doing the mission for Brant, he gives you a jail key. He literally gives you a jail key.
Yeah. I'm about to say,
and
I
it's
forgot.
infinite use.
Yeah. I'm about to say he did give me a jail key.
Not only that, not only is it infinite use, but if you go to the forger in Checkpoint Town, he can copy the key, and so when Brad asks you for the key back, you can still always have the infinite use key.
Right, and then finally, the last two are ridiculous. You have the Art of Metamorphosis, which is the book that lets you edit your character once,
which you can get in game,
which you can buy in game, yet again, right? And my whole thing is, I'm sorry, I've never made my guy and decided, I want to remake you entirely. I don't really do that when I play RPGs. I don't understand how y'all do. But either way, that's fine.
Niggas be trying to make their dream nigga, yo. He don't look right.
Then make him the first time, nigga. If you see your dream, nigga, how you fuck up?
I had another dream. He looked
different. Listen, Martin, stop having dreams. Stop having dreams. Stop dreaming.
Listen, I need to make my nigga badder. I need to add a couple more inches to his height.
He needs some more tattoos.
He needs some more tattoos. Oh, that's crazy.
I need him tatted loose. Hold
on.
And then the final thing is the Dragon's Dogma 1 music and sound collection. Now people are saying like literally, I'm looking at the guy who's like rating all these transactions. He's pretty much just saying, I struggle to see this as worthy. I struggle to see this as worthy. Not pointless, but I struggle to see this one's really pointless. The sounds one is the only one he was like, all right, this is the only purchase I'll say is unacceptable. Like, there was no in-game, there's no free way of getting this, and somehow, some way, this is now again. I know what this is for. This is just for the nostalgia guys, right?
Yeah, Resident Evil did the same shit. Resident Evil 4, the remake, they let you put on the original Resident Evil 4 music. They did that for every Resident Evil remake.
You had to pay for it
though. Well, I don't know, because I got the deluxe edition problems, so you might have to pay for them separately. I'm just a deluxe kind of nigga.
But yeah, so again, I say all this to say, like, this is what I mean when I say, like, people make a fucking mountain out of a molehill, and it's just like, dog, it's not what you think, bro. Like, and again, this is arguably one of the better ways I've seen microtransactions get handled by a game in probably the last 5 years, at least. Because I can't think of somebody who has done, because most of the time it's either microtransactions are either predatory as fuck, or it's just strictly, hey, look, it's just cosmetics and that's it. It's usually one of the and don't get me wrong, the cosmetics can be predatory too. But my thing with cosmetics is I don't necessarily see some of the cosmetics as predatory in the sense that you know for a fact this won't do nothing for your game. It's just to look different. So if you want to pay for that, then you want to pay for that. I okay, but like, pay to win. It's there's none of this exists. brother, I promise you, if you get a little $2,500 Rift Crystal bundle, that doesn't mean you can then buy the level 90 pawn who can power level you through the game. It doesn't work that way. You can't buy 100 port crystals and teleport all around the map. It doesn't work that way. None of these things will genuinely and drastically or even marginally change your experience
at all.
So that's the part that is confusing as fuck to me. Not confusing,
It's
but
just
I
it's
get
just
it.
mob mentality. It's just niggas online yelling just to yell. That's all.
And we saw the same thing with Rise of the Ronin. The exact same thing. Where that first trailer dropped. And I remember seeing it, and I remember thinking exactly what people said. I was like, I don't know, that combat did look a little fucking stiff. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, but remember, it's a Rise of the Ronin. It's made by Team Ninja, Ninja Gaiden, Neo, the likes. And I'm thinking to myself, I haven't played Neo. I have played Ninja Gaiden. Early on, Ninja Gaiden is like 2 buttons. Light, heavy, slash. That's it. As you progress, get your little abilities. He start doing the flips off of niggas' backs and shit. Like he start. Oh, I did a cartwheel off your head and then came down with the sword straight on top of you. And then hit a crit. And then, like, it start getting spicy as you progress. So that was my first thought seeing that trailer. Like, all right, it do look a little stiff. It look like straightforward as fuck. But of course, that's what they're gonna show in the trailer because they're not trying to give away the rest of the shit. And they looking at it like, nah, it's sword play. Like that's what we gonna show in the trailer. The trailer gonna look like a sword fight.
Nigga,
And
it's a samurai game,
yeah. And so, but again, that's another perfect example because I thought that for a second, but then I'm like, nah, I'm probably wrong. Because I know who's behind this game. Neo's not like that. None of the Ninja guys, all 18 Ninja Gaidens are not like that. Like none of y'all games are like that. I haven't played Neo, but I know that game progresses with the skills and with. So I'm like, nah, this can't be that because that wouldn't even make sense why they would do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'll wait and see. I have yet to play that game yet, but then seeing some of the videos of niggas who got a little further, and now I'm seeing the shadow clone jutsu and niggas throwing smoke bombs, and I'm like, okay, see, I knew it was more than just X X X Y Y X X X X triangle square triangle. Like I knew it was more than that.
See, I was never even on the fence about it because, like you said, I know Team Ninja. I played Neo 1 and 2. I played Ninja Gaiden, and from what I saw in the trailers, outside of I didn't even think the combat looked stiff. And like you said, I knew that it was going to be even more in depth once you got into the game. But outside of the combat, just looking at the game itself, I was seeing niggas flying around with grappling hooks and jumping off of roofs and assassinating people. So to me, that was already like, okay, this is like Sekiro. Okay, this is like Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm already looking at all the different qualities that this game has and all the shit that's going on that can make this interesting game. And then lo and behold, once the game came out and I actually played it, yeah, like I thought, it was a lot more diverse than what niggas were saying. And then just seeing videos of shit where niggas are fucking, like that video that Reeve sent, that shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that shit was nutty.
That shit almost made me put down Dragon's Dogma to go back to Rise of Ronin just for that. But like, yeah, it's just both of these games have just been getting thrashed on Twitter by niggas that haven't even played the game. Everybody that's played
and aren't
both of
going
these
to.
games. Exactly. It's just the loud minority. That's just unfortunate. That's just what the internet is.
And that's the worst part because I'm just like, y'all niggas, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I feel like there's some times where you can be justified in that, right? Like, if the studio got a history, the trailer don't look right, you've heard some interview comments where he's saying the wrong thing. I understand why you can formulate that opinion off of that information. But it's like again, this is like imagine being the nigga leading up to Elden Ring coming out and it's like, oh man, like they ain't show us in the trailer. This shit probably whack. The gameplay, it's like, bro, you know the studio, right? So you know what type of shit they give. So they're gonna give that. Then on top of that, it's like they know the studio. You've heard the interviews about how big the world is and how expansive it. It's like, I don't get how you come to that conclusion based on the information in front of you. Now I know how you come to the conclusion overall because you don't care about the information in front of you. You don't even assess that information. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's
you
ignorant.
Care what the blue check marks on Twitter saying.
But it's just like that's the part where like it's just like I wish y'all niggas would think for yourselves, like because like, and even the other thing I seen was, and this is slightly different, but it's Baldur's Gate, right? And they were talking about they weren't going to do DLC for Baldur's Gate 3. And I remember people were sick as hell. People were angry as hell.
I mean, I understand why y'all are sick.
Yeah, and I get
it's a good game and you want more. But at the same time, how are you gonna be mad? They put out what they wanted to put out. They put out Game of the Year, a great game. They did what they wanted to do, and now they're done. How y'all mad that the studio don't want to do more? Like, come on.
Yeah, like literally, like it's just like, and literally the company itself, right? They said like, all right, we were a company of big ideas, not a company that's made to create DLCs or expansions. We tried that actually a few times. It failed every single time. It's not our thing. Our ambitions are large, and our life is too short. So they looking at it like, dog, look, I'm not about to sit up here and just make a, like, you know what I mean? Just milk and pimp out Baldur's Gate 3 as much as I can. It's just like, my job is not to just churn out bullshit for the suits. Like, we make the games we want to make when we want to make them, and that's it. Once we done with it, we done with it. Like, and I respect it. Again, I, like you said, I understand why they niggas would want more, because they were like, nah, the game was dope. I need more of this. Like, yeah, I get it. But like, look, I'm always happy when a studio will tell me basically like, hey, look, nah, we ain't worried about that. That's they be on bullshit.
At least y'all not just stringing niggas along and y'all deaded their hopes right away. Because I was waiting on Elden Ring DLC for 2 years.
Well, I mean, they eventually gave it to you, but
yeah, but after 2 years, at least they told niggas right away, listen, don't be expecting no DLC. We not doing that.
Don't ask me for no DLC because I'm not doing it. What you mean? No, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I don't care if you're upset. I'm not gonna do it. So, hope that helps.
You know what's been really pissing me off about the Dragon's Dogma situation? So like, we already know niggas on Twitter have a hive mind and everybody's just been repeating the same mouthpieces. But if you go to like videos or like, so like I've been sending you all these guides and all these videos and stuff for Dragon's Dogma. If you go to the comments, mind you, these aren't reviews. These are videos that channels that decided they like the game and they want to cover it. They're giving tips and tricks for people that also have the game and are playing it. You go through the comments, this nigga saying, too bad this game has microtransactions. I won't be playing this. Too bad. Nigga, you suck so much dick. You have so much cock in your mouth that you're going to comment sections to complain to niggas that already have the game. You just want to spout the same bullshit you've been saying to niggas that, like, I understand if this is a review and you're trying to warn people how to get it.
Like,
this is a guide video how to get a weapon 30 hours into the game, and you're saying, too bad this game has microtransactions? Eat dick.
My brother in Christ, it's supposed to, it's not for you.
I don't even understand the mindset of people. Are you like trying to, like, you're really trying to convince people that already have the game that they shouldn't have it? Are you trying to make people feel bad for having it? Is that what it is?
And that's the part that, like, because to me, like, I'm just like, dog, like, for example, it's Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate, from everything I've heard, incredible game, an amazing game. I'm not gonna play it. I don't. With all due respect,
console. Like, the movement looks kind of crazy on console.
Yeah, with all due respect, like I because one thing I will say is that, again, Dragon Age also had a sort of like, you could play it tactically similar to that, right? And I would slow it down maybe every once in a while for a boss battle. All right, boss just started. Let me set him to buff, set you to do this, set you to do this, and then we get it shaken. But it's like, I can't play the game like that.
The whole game like that.
Yeah, I could set it up real quick, and then all right, let's get to it. And then everybody just do their shit from there. But like, I'm like, nah, but again, I know it's not my bag. I know it's not my type of shit. And so I leave it alone. Now, visually, that game looks incredible. Everything I'm hearing, everyone loves it.
Story-wise, yeah, it looks great.
Story-wise seems dope. The character creator is OD. Like, it's like, dog, I don't have nothing terrible to say about it. I don't got nothing that's like, so my thing is, I hate when people, like you said, like, oh, it's too bad I got Michael Nigga, did you like the game? Do you like the game?
I didn't get it.
You don't even know. Exactly. So you don't even fucking know if you like the game or not. And this is the game in question. You just know that they're charging money for something. You don't even know what they're charging money for either. Because I hadn't looked at the full list of Michael's transactions before we did this pod. But as I just look now, it's even funnier because I knew it was just like I knew like the microtransactions weren't pay to win. Like I knew it was just bullshit. But
It's
actually,
literally what I said. It was literally just Capcom made these niggas put transactions in the game. So they're like,
yeah,
all right, what can we put in this game that don't really fucking matter?
right,
One
yeah,
point, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah.
You
They're
want to
like, how
revive a couple times? All right.
like how can we make the niggas in suits happy while also still talk about it,
Exactly.
and I don't even know what Helldivers 2's microtransactions are.
They have
Let's
a
see.
battle pass, and they have super credits. The super credits, like they have a superstore where you can buy armors and shit with the super credits.
And the armors are not. So okay, so I know they have. Well, no, sorry, that's Destiny. That's Destiny. That's different. Why are they talking about Destiny?
I don't know, why are they talking about Destiny?
Oh, I think they were just comparing like premium currency systems.
Uh, so the only thing I don't. It's probably been a while since you've been on Helldivers, but if you go to the store, I guess it's called acquisitions. There's 3 menus. One is War Bonds, which is the battle pass. There's currently one battle pass that you can buy. That's the one that just came out for this season.
Mm-hmm.
There's Steel Veterans, which you got if you got the deluxe edition of the game. And then there's the normal Helldivers battle pass that everybody got for free. You didn't have to pay for that. There's a rotating store that changes every 48 hours where you can buy different pieces of armor. You can buy helmets, you can buy armor, and you use super credits to buy those. So the super credits are where you actually spend money. You can spend $2 to get 150 super credits, $5 to get 375 super credits, $10 to get 1,000 super credits. The shit in the store is so cheap, nigga. $75 for a helmet, not 75, 75 credits for a helmet, 150 for a piece of armor. So like it's fine. But
Yeah.
niggas not complaining about this.
Like, well, funny enough, I'm looking at some shit and nigga in the comments 2 months ago. I will not be gaslit into thinking any form of microtransaction is okay or
Oh
good. So I
God.
will be passing on this title. Thanks, but no thanks. Like, dog, that's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. Like, because people fail to realize the suits are going to do what the suits are going to do. You and the developers and the people who make these games can't stop those niggas. Nobody
I
can.
don't understand because like you saying I won't be gaslit. Just don't. Do people understand that you can buy a game and not? You don't need to spend money on the microtransactions. That's like an option. You don't have to. Do niggas just hate the idea of microtransactions so much that they won't even buy a game that has them in the game? Because
Somebody do
literally
that.
every game has nigga, single player games have microtransactions. Nigga, Dead
Like, yeah,
Island,
I was
a
about to say,
co-op zombie game,
like,
has microtransactions.
oh, you want players because it has microtransactions? Tell me your top 3 plays games right now, and you better not say no fucking Tetris. Name your top 3 games, right? Like, what's that shit? Gun to your head. Name 5 games without microtransactions. It's right now. Right now. Tell me.
It's unfortunate, but that's just the world we live in at this point because the corporate overlords are going to squeeze every bit of money out that they can.
This
But
nigga said, I don't hear 2K sports game players bitching.
oh, that's because them niggas are in a
Oh,
cult. Them
trust me.
niggas,
No. You're not listening because boy, do those niggas bitch every time.
they bitch every time and they still buy them.
Them boys be hollering, bitching, whining. Them boys be screaming, shouting even.
I
Dog,
think
why
next game is probably going to be the game where there's like a mass exodus. Because did you see like they changed the terms and conditions saying that like you cannot sue 2K anymore? Like you have to sign that or you can't play the game.
I haven't. That's nuts, but
I think it's because somebody's kid took their credit card and bought like thousands of dollars worth of VC, and the parents sued and took them to court, and I think they won. So now 2K put terms and conditions in the next game, and if you don't agree to those terms and conditions, they won't let you play the game. So a lot of niggas saying they're not gonna buy the next game.
Well, don't get me wrong. The other problem with 2K, and Take Two is the game behind the studio behind most of these. And Take Two is a piece of shit. Let's just make that clear. Like Take Two is disgusting.
Is it Take Two or is it EA? Because EA is the ones that really.
Well, 2K is not there is no EA with 2K. It's Take Two and 2K Games, which I think is literally
2K isn't under EA.
2K Games is their own people. They were founded as a subsidiary of Take Two, so it's literally all just Take Two.
So EA doesn't have a basketball; they only have FIFA and.
Oh yeah, EA had Live, and Live got.
And Live's dead.
They lost that. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Live wasn't bad. Live wasn't bad, but
I played Live as a kid. Nigga, I had like NBA Live with Vince Carter on the cover on GameCube back as a kid.
Yeah, shit. I had the NCAA football with Reggie Bush on the cover. Woo-wee!
Man.
The real ones, no. No. I had the old Madden on GameCube with Steven Jackson of the Rams on the cover. The real niggas know. The real niggas know. Y'all know. Was that Steven Jackson?
What year? I think it was.
He said the hard running nigga. Yes. That is in fact the hard run. Madden 06, that's what it was. Good Lord.
I missed them little ass discs for GameCube. I had some fond memories with GameCube.
Oh, yeah, man. Wait, no. Madden 06 had Donovan McNabb on the cover. Which man was that? 05 was Ray Lewis. I remember that. 04 was Vic. What fucking year was that? Madden 03, that was Marshall Falk. Excuse me. Pardon me. Madden 03 with Marshall Falk on the cover. Yeah, nasty work. 03. But anywho. Yeah, so Take Two's always been over some nasty shit. So it's like them 2K niggas are getting pimped. Like all the shit we say about nasty microtransactions, trust me, if you deal with 2K or if you deal with any Take Two game, really, like include GTA in there too. If you deal with any Take Two game, if you deal with any EA game and any Ubisoft, like you're running into that.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting smoked.
Nigga, Ubisoft, them niggas need to be tried at the Hague for them niggas will put ads for the deluxe edition of games in their games.
In the games, yeah. No, 2K does that every time. Every time I boot up 2K23, I think that shit about you know 24 is out, right? I'm like, and you know this is the same game, right? And people are still updating rosters
to the gallows.
Yeah, no. And don't get me wrong, like, so basically, I remember Take Two, they got accused of civil theft and unfair business practices. Because basically, what would happen is they would have a 2K, right? And after some time, they would shut down the server on the 2K. But imagine, I spent $85 on this currency in this old 2K. Y'all shut down the servers, and then any currency I got left over don't transfer. Like, I understand the shit I spent shouldn't transfer because it's a new game. But you tell me if I got currency left over, I'm just cooked?
Nigga, that's literally theft. Nigga, even Call of Duty, one of the biggest juicers in microtransactions. COD points are unanimous across the board. You use COD points from fucking World War II to Modern Warfare 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, if COD can do it, y'all got no excuse. Them niggas are drainers when it comes to microtransactions.
Yeah.
Nigga, I still have COD points that I haven't used from Vanguard.
A lot of people are saying that, like, oh, I played every Assassin's Creed and every Far Cry, and I haven't even noticed the microtransactions. And a lot of people were just like, yeah, like, the problem is, yeah, that's y'all. Like, but you know that there's plenty of people who, like, again, this is clearly financially viable because they keep doing it. So someone's buying this stuff. Like, I understand, like, it's not you, but, like, that's the problem because the more money they make off of this, the less money they're willing to pump into the actual game. And that's like, because it was like a 2-year stretch where I was playing Madden and that Ultimate Team shit caught me for about 2 years. And granted, 1 year was during the pandemic. Like, come on now. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Had some extra money. I ain't know where to spend it. I'm like, well, shit, I'll drop 20 on the card pack. Fuck it, why not?
That was the year I bought that $100 Cool Gone skin.
Yeah, exactly my point. Yes, literally. Like, niggas was just spending shit. Nigga bought $100 skin. Like, if niggas was just blowing the bag. Like, so it's like, you gotta understand, like, And in them cases, I didn't like. I know, like in hindsight, like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all was pimping me. Like, but I'm like, look, at the time I had the bread, I was, but like, I know if that's me, then how are you like? There's people because there's whales in all of these games. Even some of the streamers, some of the like the old hardened Madden Ultimate Team niggas, like that first year I played, I was super into it. Second year, I wasn't as into it. Third year, I barely started, and I was like, I'm over this shit. I can't even do this again.
Nigga,
I'm good
they
off
do it specifically for the whales. It's just like
even the whales have been like the same sort of trajectory I've been taking. The whales have been on the same shit where they just kind of like I don't know, dog. Like, and you're seeing that there's new guys, like the old dudes who used to be them guys, and 20, 21, 19, like them niggas are gone because you got to bring in a new crop of new niggas because they're just like, bro, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just can't do it anymore. And it's nasty. Like, again, you know what's funny? I'm playing, am I playing the newest Madden? Actually, I don't know which Madden am I playing.
Like I haven't touched Madden since Lamar Jackson was on the cover. I think that was 2020 or 2021.
No, I think I am playing the newest one. But so it's like, yeah, like, but one thing I was seeing, one thing I know 2K does it too, is like when you have the last year's version of a Madden or a 2K, they will update the old game with the like, hey, you should go fuck with the new one. Like they'll upgrade the graphic, like not graphics, like, but I mean like the literal graphics that they show you. They'll update like these little like bulletin board type graphics telling you, hey, look, you should buy the game. Hey, you should rock up this. Oh, we got new cards in Madden Ultimate Team. We got, bro, why are you showing me ads for a game I don't have? You talking about some, oh, Aaron Donald just retired. They got the new Aaron Donald card. I don't have that game. What are you showing that to me for? I do not own the game. He's not gonna be in my shit. They stopped dropping cards from mine. And that's the other thing with Ultimate Team is like you'll also notice like it becomes a thing where they only like cards only come out for certain durations of the season. Because think about it, the Madden games typically drop when like let's see, Madden release date, Madden 24 was released in August. That's usually when they drop, right? Like about a month before the season starts. You figure that's August. By February, Super Bowl's here, and by I'll say January, Ultimate Team is done with cards. That's almost usually how it goes every year. And that window is getting smaller. Like I said, when I first started playing, that window, like they were still dropping cards in April for the draft, in June for training camp and all OTAs and all this other shit. Then the year after that, instead of June, they kind of stopped dropping cards late April where the draft was. Then the third year after that, they ain't even get to the draft. They just gonna stop after the Super Bowl. I'm like, nigga, y'all like it's good. Like you can't offer me the same game. Pull back on what you're then gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Like you basically are just giving me less and less shelf time. So like niggas will spend hundreds of dollars to build this Ultimate Team just to be able to play them for 4 months or 5 months. That's sick, dog.
Yeah,
a nigga can't even get a calendar year out of his Ultimate Team. That's crazy, bro. You drop a game every year. I can't even get a full calendar. I can't even get from August 15th of this year to August whenever when the next one drop to get my shit off. Well, no. Well, no. Glad we had that discussion. Absolutely not. In fact, you'd be lucky if I give you a draft card at all. And then some of the promos be at like, and that was the other thing. The promos started getting worse and worse and worse. Like at first, some of them were interesting, like, oh, do these challenges and da-da-da. And then you get these promos that just, hey, look, we're gonna add a promo. It's a set of 50 challenges, do all 50, and you can get a shitty card at the end. Bro, what? What are we doing? But what the problem is, you need the shitty card. Oh, that's one of 3 cards you need to complete a set to get the guy you really want. So you gotta do the 50 challenges just to get the one guy who you know you're just gonna trade in for another nigga. Like
I'm
this is
glad that I never really got sucked in.
Oh yeah. Like imagine you playing Dragon's Dogma, right? And you gotta do like 3 pawn quests. You do them, and then you get an item. You gotta add that item to like a booklet, like a scrapbook, and put it into place. Like, all right, boom, that's in place 1. And then the next one is I gotta fight 3 enemies. After I beat all 3 of them, I get the second item. Put that in the scrapbook. Then the third one. It's like, dog, are you serious? All of this to get one item. And the problem is, this one item will probably be good for a few weeks before you drop some new shit that makes this obsolete.
I mean, it's the same thing in Call of Duty. They put out guns, there's
Right.
a new
Yeah.
meta, and then eventually, they drop another battle pass. Call of Duty is actually sick because you
Yeah.
know how games usually will update games every week. If they drop something new and it is busted, Tuesday is usually the day that games will update and patch things. Tuesday is like the known patch day for games. Call of Duty will drop a battle pass. They'll have a bunch of broken guns and broken meta in the game, and instead of patching it, they'll wait months. They'll wait months because they want everybody to see that there's a new broken gun, there's a new broken meta. So people buy the battle pass. And then once enough people buy the battle pass, once they hit their quota, they'll patch it. So they literally leave broken
Mm-hmm.
shit in the game that people hate, people don't like, for as long as they can, just so more people buy the battle pass and they get more money. Them niggas are demons when it comes to scamming.
Oh yeah, them niggas is professionals when it comes to that shit. So, but yeah, that's just my thing where I'm like, listen, I'm not the nigga who's gonna sit up here and cape for no microtransactions, but I'm also not gonna just blindly hate on anything that allows me to spend extra money on a game because it just is what it is. Like, I think it's here to stay, and it's up to y'all to use y'all discretion, and that's the problem because y'all don't want to you really treat this discretionary. Like niggas are just like, nah, fuck that. Like I'm not jacking it. Niggas can't do that.
Yeah. And again, we're not fans of microtransactions or his cohorts. I just hate misinformation and niggas shitting on this game
Yeah,
for quote unquote microtransactions that you don't need in the slightest. Like, just
you damn sure don't. But okay, I think we done covered all our video game news. Oh well, Marvel's dropping Overwatch clone. I don't think anyone really cares, but there's
I'll
that.
play it if it's free to play.
It won't be, I'm sure.
Ain't no way in hell I'm paying money for
uh,
that.
it will not.
It looks like a free to play game. Like the graphics weren't shit. Maybe it's still like in the early stages. Um, we didn't talk about this last week, but there was another Marvel game that was announced. It was a Black Panther game. I don't know if you saw a trailer for that, but that game looks amazing.
Was that supposed to be an RPG or something?
I don't think so. I
I
think it's
thought I
just
saw something about the game, but
it was a trailer where Black Panther
the
was on the
Rise of
bridge
Hydra.
with
Yeah.
yeah.
Action adventure. Gotcha. Yeah. Single player. Gotcha.
I'm assuming it's gonna be like Spider Man or like the new Wolverine game that comes out. I'm assuming it's
Yeah.
gonna be like that. Black Panther just pummeling niggas in I was about to say Iraq, but this is World War II. Um,
Scary.
the story looks amazing. I don't know if you saw the trailer, but it looks really good. I'm excited for that one. Looks like they actually put some heart into that one, unlike this Marvel Rivals game.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I mean, it does look fun, but again, like I said, this looks like it should be a free to play game. A hero shooter as Marvel characters and the abilities are tied directly to the characters. Sounds like a good premise. And for what I saw in the trailer, I saw Hulk, I saw Tony Stark, I saw Spider Man. It looks fun, but I don't know if I'll pay for it.
Yeah. I can't see myself paying full price, especially because I know this won't be $30 or $40. It will be full price.
It should be because Overwatch, when it first came out, was like $39.99. That's like Overwatch is like the blueprint. Well, Team Fortress 2 is the blueprint, but in the modern age, Overwatch is the blueprint for hero based shooters. And that was $40. There's no reason for this game in 2024 that doesn't even look that good to be $60 or $70.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the studio behind the Marvel game. They're called NetEase. I'm not
What have they made?
terribly familiar with them. They appear to be a mobile game company
Oh, hell no.
with
Wait,
the one game that's not a mobile game looks to be Naraka Blade Point, which
the
is interesting.
game
I mean,
that we
that was
played
cool.
for a little bit last year.
Like the battle royale with the samurai type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they do a lot of racing mobile games, battle royale, card game, asymmetrical horror mobile game. Crazy. Dead by Daylight mobile. Okay, interesting.
They make a
Uh,
Dead by Daylight mobile game.
yeah, tactic based mobile game, space
Wait,
simulation.
is the Marvel Rivals game gonna be a mobile game? I didn't see that in the
No, no,
trailer.
no, no. I think this company is just it's a
Oh, they
Chinese
just
company that's
specialize in it.
behind.
Oh, it's a
But yeah,
Chinese company. That's why it looks like
mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm. He said, "Oh, Chinese, Chinese people got something to do with this." But yeah, so we'll see. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely think this was smart because that Overwatch created a niche, and there is a itch for that content, and Overwatch fumbled the bag insanely. So I do think like somebody wants to play this. Like,
Hmm.
there's gonna be
I
a
want to play it, just
yeah,
not for money.
there's gonna be a sizable enough group of people who are Overwatch junkies who are like, yeah, you know what? I'm willing to spend a little fetty on this. Now, I'm looking at it now. It's like this is this is so nasty how this is just fucking Overwatch.
Like even the map design looks like Overwatch.
Yo,
This
the
is
maps
literally.
look dead like
Mhm.
Overwatch. This is now at least they're destructible environments. Well, that environment is not the whole thing. This is Overwatch, like bar for bar. Like you stole my whole flow. Copy my whole shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Like the whole flow, bro. Like this is kind of crazy. Like I said, shameless, but at the same time, listen, if Overwatch gonna fuck the bag up, somebody got to get that money, right?
Yeah, Overwatch has just been continuously fucking the bag up too. They have not improved the bag whatsoever. Somehow,
Yeah, listen. Like again, I'm looking at the little trailer. You make this whole $30 or $40, I'll see what's up with it. I'm not giving you 70 though. Please don't ever think you're getting that.
no, they know not to ask for 70 for that. Just looking at that, they know that's not a $70. No, it's
Telling
made by
you.
a mobile game company. That shit is not going to be $70.
I'm telling you. I don't know. But anywho, we got what we got left. Let's we've been skipping over it. Let's get to the real news. Let's get to the legal section of today's pod. Cause boy, do we have some criminals on the docket.
Really?
Oh yeah, we do. I'll start with I guess with the more lightheaded stuff. Have you heard about this Jontay Porter situation at all?
The nigga that was betting on himself.
Yes, the nigga on the Raptors who was betting on himself.
Yeah, I've seen a clip of him hitting the 3 point, and he looked like he did not mean to hit that shit at all.
That was the funniest shit I've seen
Like
in
that
in
nigga's
my
face
life.
was he was in agony that he hit that shot.
Yeah, that shit.
I don't
Fuck. No.
I don't know what his over was, but it must have been catastrophically low if 1 3 was enough for him to like wince like that.
Oh yeah. Well, again, he wasn't playing a ton of minutes. He was averaging 14 minutes a game, averaging 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So like his lines is probably set at like six
How
or
does he
seven.
even have lines when he's like what are the
Well, that when the NBA did their investigation, right? They started the investigation due to betting irregularities, right? So the issues are prop bets that involved him on games from January and March, right? So what it said on the game on January 26th against the Clippers, there was increased betting interest on his under props. So his line for the night was 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. And there was also an over under for his threes made, which was 0.5. So that game, he played 4 minutes before leaving the game due to aggravation of an eye injury. He didn't score, but he had 3 rebounds, still under, and 1 assist, still under, and didn't attempt a three, meaning all the unders hit. So the next
mm,
day, as part of a daily report to users on betting results, DraftKings stated that the under on Porter's 3 pointers was the biggest money winner for bettors of any NBA player props from games that evening.
now I understand that that's an irregularity, And I know that he was in a Discord and he was telling his friends and family to bet on that. But at the same time, if it's the biggest ever, there's no way that he just told every bettor ever to bet on his under. So like, how can they prove that he, you
Well,
know?
again, I think that part is just more so is about when they say biggest money winner for bettors of any NBA player props. I think they're probably looking at that like, look, the people who played Jontay Porter lines almost unanimously played him under and unanimously hit, and that just simply doesn't happen with really any prop. Like you'll never get a prop to where like everybody, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, you'll get certain props where everyone plays the over and then it bangs, but it's like, all right, well, the book's prepared for that. Da, da, da. It's like this is one of those things where like you could pick any bum on any team at the end of the bench, pick all their overs, and the chances of that many people hitting the unders in one given night would never look like that.
Mm.
And so 2 days later, he plays 19 minutes, scores 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Cool. Keep that in mind. About a month and some change later, March 20th, he plays just 3 minutes before exiting because of what the Raptors said was an illness and did not return. He didn't score after attempting one shot and he had 2 rebounds. Points line set at 7.5, 5.5 rebounds. The
Wait,
next day,
what I'm confused about is most betting apps, if a player doesn't return to a game because of an injury, then it gets rebooted. So even if he left the game, like,
well, these particular ones did not.
does FanDuel not if does not do they not dead a line if a player gets injured?
FanDuel doesn't. No, FanDuel has a policy that essentially once you touch the court, all bets stand. Now, granted,
Oh, okay.
they still apply discretionary voiding. Like there's certain times where like a guy will play a minute, take no shots, and they'll void him. But based on their rules, theoretically, they could steal that from you anytime they want. They could snatch that from you anytime they like
Oh,
because
that's nasty. The apps that I be using, um, it don't matter, nigga. I was playing with somebody and they played all up until the fourth quarter, but they got injured and taken out before they hit their line. They're like 2 points off their line, and they voided it because they got injured and got taken out. So I thought that was like standard across the board.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so that makes sense then. Why he would like go out there and then just fucking leave after 7 minutes. Okay, go
Right.
ahead.
And so, but the thing, and that's probably what really cooked him because it's not like he stayed out there, played maybe 7 or 8 or 9, his like half or a good amount of his normal minutes, and then left. Like you played 3 minutes, then dip. Then you play 4 minutes, then dip. And then the second time you dipped up to 4 minutes on an injury that nobody know, right? Sportsbook said his overs and unders at 7.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. And guess what happened? The next day, DraftKings Sportsbook reported in a media release that Porter's prop bets were the number one moneymaker from the night in the NBA. Brother, that does not happen twice to a bum nigga in the same season, and something's wrong. So at this point, at least one other U.S. sportsbook detected unusual betting interest on the Porter props in the games in question. I feel like that second one was a sting for real. Like,
Yeah, no. Well, remember
um,
I mentioned earlier there was a Discord they was in, and they have evidence. So this isn't just unfounded.
yeah. Like, well, yeah, and that all that came out later.
I'm mad that it took niggas winning money to show as an irregularity for them to investigate. All these calls that Vegas be making to fuck niggas over though, that's fine. I mean, obviously they making money off of it, but
Oh yeah.
a nigga putting on for the people, a player that's actually got the people in mind, and now he's getting investigated. Come on, man.
Yeah, and so basically what they were saying was it didn't say which sports book, but one of the other sports books said that multiple betting accounts attempted to bet large amounts over the limits on Porter unders in the January game. Nigga, for what? Why do you want to put $20,000 on the unders of a random nigga on the Raptors?
Cause I seen that nigga just he
No,
always
I
be
know why. I
under.
know why. But baby, I know. Yeah. No, I know why too. We both know why. And so literally the source is saying that betting limits on NBA player props typically tend to be a band, 2 bands. there were people trying to place upwards of $25,000 on all Porter unders.
Jesus.
He said, like, against the Clippers, people were trying to do whatever they could to bet. Like, niggas was getting on the phone. Yo, look, I need to up my limit. I'm sorry, sir. You can only place 1,000. Bro, no. You're not fucking hearing me. It's guaranteed money. I need to put 5 on this, bro. Like, like you're not understanding, dog. I'm in the Discord. He told me he finna leave. This is easy money. I'm look. I borrowed money from my cousin for this. I found everyone I knew and said, look, dog, if you want to make money, tap in with me, please, bro. I got something. I just need your bread. Whatever you got. Give me everything you got, and I'll figure out the number for how much you're supposed to get back, and I'll take my little 10% finder's fee. But that's it. Like, and so he said that's the whole thing happened the first time. And then the second game that they had in March, the same exact thing. The people literally trying to go way over their limits to bet these unders. So
what happens in this case? Because he's gonna get found guilty because he definitely did shit. He obviously gets kicked out of the league, but does he get sued or does he get jail time? Do they fine him?
I don't know how they play that. He's definitely finished in the league. He's fucking finished. He's
Actually,
never
no, I take that back because remember Calvin Ridley got caught up for betting, so he just got a year suspension.
Yeah,
oh, but he wasn't betting on himself and taking games though. This is a little bit different.
One, like, because Calvin Ridley was just bet like, I think the Colts will beat the, like, he was just betting on niggas.
He wasn't betting on himself.
And like you said, he wasn't betting on himself. So it's one of those things where, like, I don't question necessarily the integrity of the sport if you was just betting on Derrick Henry and y'all didn't play Derrick Henry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that don't mean nothing necessarily. You're an offensive player. What would betting on Derrick Henry mean? Like, now granted, if you was playing Derrick Henry that week, oh yeah, I would think you probably talk to somebody on your team. So nah, I ain't going for that. But so that's the big difference here is that
this nigga is betting on and having other people bet himself, and he's actively
and then tanking.
throwing.
Yeah. So, because think about it, because not only are you, because think about it, in Calvin Ridley's case, he himself is just betting, and he's not using any inside information per se. He's just throwing bets in. So
which I don't know why that's an issue. Still, I don't know.
Well, I get why, because that's an incredibly slippery slope. But my whole thing is, given the way the league is embracing all the sports betting shit, I mean, the slope is slippery as fuck already. But that would simply make the cliff collapse. I do believe that. Like, if you want to even somewhat maintain a semblance of integrity, you can't, like, just openly allow the players to bet on each other. That's just I just don't think that's gonna work. But then the problem is, the rub here is not only, like, again, Calvin really was just betting on bets. The nigga ain't no better. He was betting on shit just like we was. Like, he ain't had no insider info. Nigga was just like,
nigga, just a gambler for real.
Yeah, he just he just locked in.
Basketball season is not going on. I gotta bet on something, yo. I'm not gonna bet on soccer. I don't know nothing else.
Right. So meanwhile, in the other guy's case, not only do you have a guy who is throwing games for the bet, that's point shaving. Like, that's a lifetime ban in pretty much any league. But then on top of that,
nigga might need jail time.
No, literally, because on top of that, you are then telling people in a private Discord to bet on you, which cracks the sports books who are in bed with the league. Brother, you've cheated 2 people now.
$2 billion organization.
Yeah, you didn't just cheat the league. You cheated DraftKings. You cheated FanDuel. You cheated BetMGM. You cheated Caesar Sportsbook. Brother,
they're putting you under the jail.
Yeah, ESPN Bet. Brother, you cheated whatever platform them niggas put their money down on. Oh yeah. So it's like, buddy, you're finished. You're done for. You're fried. And like you said, I think there is going to be some sort of legal ramification too, because I wouldn't think that you can get away with literally point shaving, commanding other people to bet on the point shaving. They win off of it and think that they're not going to try to get that money back. Now, granted, what I will say is, old boy signed and his contract was for $400,000. People was like, yo, he risked his whole career for I'm like, brother, if he was making $400,000, I imagine he made millions off of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, quite frankly,
we don't know how many people were in that Discord. We just know he had a Discord.
Right.
That nigga might have had, like, some of these betting Discords that I see have upwards of 20,000 people in them.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what he's charging to be in that Discord.
Exactly, right? So I might be charging to get y'all in, or I might be just telling y'all straight up, hey, look, if y'all gonna put a bet in, whatever you put in, send me the 10% now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, it's like that nigga was getting, like, again, is it worth it? No, ultimately, no, I don't think so. But was he getting that boy was getting a bag? I promise you
I
that.
mean, it might have been worth it if he wasn't a dumbass and didn't make it like super fucking obvious.
Tis true. Tis true. Yeah, because my thing was just like straight up leaving the games is always going like get niggas looking at you like, what you do that for?
Yeah, like why can't you just play and suck like James Harden or Paul George?
He's just just play and be ass like some of these other niggas. What's the problem? Like,
So why you gotta leave? What you can't pretend to be. Oh, you telling me you better than Paul George? You gotta pretend to be ass, so you can't.
yeah, you seen him try to add some extra shit to that three and still hit it? Like he was
That nigga he's naturally talented. He can't. He said, I
he's
can't be
sick
out
as
here, bro.
fuck.
I cannot be out here. I gotta go. My eye acting up.
That nigga was sick as hell. Like, oh fuck, man. Fuck.
Damn, man. I was not trying to hit that. You know who also wasn't trying to hit shit? Paul George or James Harden last night.
Nah, that PG stat line was so sickening, yo. Like, I was just like, bro, how does this happen? Like, at least in Kyrie case, he was just scoring. So, like, he ain't had to do nothing else. Like, that Paul George stat line I was like, my brother in Christ, 4 of 14 with 4 rebounds, 1 assist. You didn't do anything for your team last
Just
night.
running around, just cardio. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do a thing for the boy. And the Clippers, the Clippers just barely won.
I was about to say, anytime a nigga fucks me over in the bat, I just want that team to lose because I just want y'all to feel the same feelings of loss that I have. It's always disappointing when they win after fucking me over on something.
Funniest part is Paul George pretty much Paul George had a closeout like he had a crucial shot when the game was on the line, which is fucking hilarious considering.
Because I saw he went from like 7 points to 10 points when I had
Yeah,
him
like
for 21.
yeah, he did a little something in that fourth quarter, but no other time.
Can't
What
make
else
that up.
happened last night? Yo, I saw the stats on this shit this morning, and I was like, am I reading this right? What was going on in that Knicks and Spurs game, dog? Like,
Oh, yo, nigga, that was game of the fucking year, bro.
like
Nigga,
what?
Wemby had 40 something and fucking Jalen Brunson had 61.
This nigga Wemby had 40 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Unbelievable.
And then, right? And then you
And
got
then
and then Jalen Brunson's stat line: 61 points, 4 boards, 6 assists on 47 shots is
oh
reprehensible.
my god.
But the percentage is over 50, so we'll take it. But 47 shots is utterly reprehensible, yo. That is insane, yo. Why were you shooting the ball? Bro. Like,
What do you
but
mean? Why? Yo,
no, I know. I'm looking at your roster, nigga. There, who would you like to shoot the shot instead? Like that's the real question.
Josh Hart 3 months ago?
Not Josh Hart 3 months ago.
Not Josh Hart now, that's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, no, that boy, his shooting splits are awful.
He had good shooting percentages earlier this season. I don't know what happened. It just dove off a cliff.
I mean, I think it's just now his usage. Like now he's forced to shoot these shots because, like you said, who else? Like I'm looking at this team. I'm literally looking at the team. Like look at this like this. All right, Jalen Brunson has 47 shots. Josh Hart has 13. Dante DiVincenzo has 13. And then what? Precious Achua took 3 shots. Bogdanovich took 7 shots. Mitchell Robinson 9 shots. Shake Milton 2. Hartenstein 7. Miles McBride 9. Like nobody else is going to shoot.
Nigga, I forgot Bogdanovich got traded to them. I haven't even. They're not even putting him on slips. I haven't
Oh,
seen this
sorry.
on the slip.
This isn't Bogdan. This is Boyan.
Boyan. Oh, okay. Boyan. Well, I mean, I heard Bogdanovich, and I knew he got traded from the Pistons to the Knicks.
Yeah, this is the Pistons Bogdanovich. The other one is the Hawks.
He's a 3-point shooter. That's the craziest part.
Yeah, and he was 0-3 from 3 last night. He was 0-3 from 3 last night. But yeah, Jalen Brunson was bugged the fuck out. That is a crazy stat line. 61. Is that a Knicks record?
No,
No,
it's
I think.
one below the record. Carmelo Anthony
Okay.
has
Yeah,
62.
Melo had 62. Yeah. I was about to say, because I know Melo had 60 something, but I couldn't remember if it was like 60, 61, but okay, yeah, so 62.
I saw that tweet
Shit.
you posted the other day about Josh Hart, and I thought that shit was hilarious.
Oh, it was really funny. It was really funny. Because I was just like, guys, with all due respect, like, first off, the fact that you are comparing a former MVP to Josh Hart, just like we're having a bad discussion to begin with. Like, and then two is just at this point in their careers, it's like if you ask me who would I want, Josh Hart or Russell Westbrook, again, I'm taking Josh Hart. Now, on the contracts that they're on, I do think it is an interesting uh choice because they're paying Josh Hart a little bit too much fucking money
I mean, Josh
to
Hart it seems like he's a main component of the offense for the Knicks, whereas Russ, which I respect about Russ, he doesn't have an ego. He's just there to
yeah,
play his part.
yeah.
So he's coming off the bench and he's doing what he got to do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, and that's my thing. Like, I'm never the guy that's like, "Oh, Russ is ass. I'm shitting on Russ." Like, I thought it was lame when
I'll
niggas did that
never, nigga.
beforehand.
If there's one Russ supporter left on earth, it's me.
Yeah, like I just for me, I'm like, yeah, no, I would never do that or say that because like that's corny as fuck to me. Like I still respect Russ for all he did for the game, for the whatchamacallit, the Thunder, and all of that. I just think like at this point in their careers, like granted, Josh Hart is being asked to do much more than Russ is, but I don't think like I like the other problem is like niggas like, yeah, but on how many minutes, right? And I'm like, all right, I look at the average, I'm like, damn, that nigga's averaging 41 minutes a game.
Nigga, I don't know what is going on with the Knicks minutes management, but every night that they play, bro, I look and that shit is upwards of 35 minutes.
Buddy,
All
buddy,
of them.
you want to know the answer? The answer is fucking Tom Thibodeau. This is
But
Tom Thibodeau's specialty. This is his fucking specialty. Run these niggas into the ground because I'm an absolutely fucking sick man.
I wonder why Julius Randle was out.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Like, look, I post that picture. You tell me that's a sane individual.
Oh no, this nigga, he's
That nigga,
coked out.
that's the penguin.
That's the 8-ball special he got right there.
The 8 ball special. That's fuck a pinky full. That's a pointer finger full. He said, yeah. Woo. Ever make a big eat on their knees?
It
But yeah,
really is crazy to me. All jokes aside, every time I look at a Knicks stat line, them niggas be having 41 minutes,
no
43
bullshit.
minutes,
I just
48 minutes.
I was just looking at Dante DiVincenzo had 49 minutes last night, I think.
All right, now how many points did he have?
He had 20 points. I mean, he didn't do
Oh, that's not bad.
terrible. Dante DiVincenzo had 49. Jalen Brunson had 43, mind you. Miles McBride 46. Like that nigga, one, he don't believe in playing young niggas at all. And two, he do not believe in playing his bench for real. Like he like, look, we
What's the
running
point
9
of having young niggas on a bench?
Well, ask Tom Thibodeau, because this has been the knock on him his whole career, is that
Why y'all even draft niggas?
he just simply doesn't play youngins. Like, and he never has. And we've
But
seen
like,
it a
why
few times.
draft niggas if you just gonna have your starters play 48 minutes a night?
Yeah, great question. Great question. And not to mention, like, I'm just crying at the Spurs losing to an all guard lineup. Like, dog, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Miles McBride, Jalen Brunson, and Isaiah Hart. That's 4 guards in a center. Why did you lose?
Nah, how did you lose? Is the
Yeah,
better
like,
question.
why didn't Wemby have 45 or 50? I'm confused.
Was
Like,
that the
them niggas.
highest he scored?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his career high. Yeah, it was, and that's why it's even funnier that he threw that ball into the stands after the game
Mm-hmm.
because we like nigga that nigga that was yours. Like, like you had a career high of 40 and 20 game and you won. That's your ball. That was yours. It wasn't no yo. Let me get that ball back. No. I don't care. If Jalen. First off, Jalen Brunson shouldn't even want that ball in a fucking loss. I get it. Some people are like, nah, I dropped 61. I'm getting that ball. Well,
Yeah.
go get it out the stands then. Go get it out the
uh,
stand,
was,
nigga.
was this a home game for the Knicks or was it a home game for the Spurs?
I believe it's a home game for the Spurs.
Yeah. Wimby should have got the ball. I would say if it was a home game for the Knicks, then Brunson should have got the ball since he put up 61.
Yeah, and I know how
But
they usually do with that, but like you said, yeah, I'm at home in my buddy. I'm taking this ball with me.
yeah,
But what people fail to realize, but a lot of those game balls, they're not actually the game ball anyway. A lot of times they just take a ball and they sign it or whatever, and you know what I mean. Like, and then they might apply that little bullshit to make it look like it's been used a little bit or something. But like, they don't. Like a lot of times, you don't even actually get the real ball, so it don't really matter. Because nigga, I know I put up 61, and if I have any ball in my house commemorating that, that's fine. I don't need the specific one. Like it ain't like because I'm never gonna take it out the case and use it.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't fucking matter.
But yeah, so that's that. On to from one gambling investigation to another. We've got Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, what's going on with this? Because I've heard murmurs about it, but I haven't looked into it at all. I originally heard it was in his interpreter, and now shit's getting turned towards him.
Yeah, so this all started. Huh. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. All right. So I'll give. I think this is the proper timeline. I'm just reading the timeline to make sure we see what's going on here. So long story short, right? The overarching thing is Shohei Ohtani wired $4.5 million to a bookmaking operation that is currently under a federal investigation. So obviously on its head, I mean that sounds like you have gambling debt, which
Mhm.
would mean you were gambling, which means a million other things, right? Like on its face, right? So this started really weird. The first let me see if this one shows it and tells it. This timeline's nuts. Okay, a lot of shit in here that I don't need. But okay, so it started with basically the MLB commissioner, who was in South Korea, because they were doing I think they started their games in Korea like this year. Like the first games were in South Korea.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. I didn't know that.
Basically, the commissioner learns that there's something going on with Otani, right? A source later says that the MLB starts seeking answers from federal authorities in California early Monday. And all that stuff I was talking about with the commissioner in Korea was Sunday night. So Monday afternoon, ESPN contacts Otani's agent to ask about information it has found, including that Otani's name appeared to be on two wire transfers totaling $1 million that were sent in September and October to the Southern California bookmaking operation of a certain guy. Boyer is the guy's name. ESPN gets no response. Two and a half hours later, a crisis communications spokesman for Ohtani, who had just been hired, responds to ESPN. And over the next several hours, they talk at various times as he says he's getting up to speed on information from the camp. So then late that night, Monday night, right, the spokesman for the first time says Ohtani paid the debts on behalf of Mizuhara, who is his interpreter. He says Balelo, which is the Ohtani's agent, went to Mizuhara, and who finally came clean to him and said what the truth was, and that Ohtani told his agent that he would cover Mizuhara's debts in $500,000 increments. So the spokesman quotes Ohtani as saying, "Yeah, I sent several large payments. That's the maximum amount I could send." So the ESPN reporter, knowing their spokesman worked for Ohtani, wants to hear it from Mizuhara. The spokesman said, "All right, we'll work on getting that done." So Ohtani's spokesman then confirms to ESPN later that night, the next night, later the next day, late night Tuesday, that the gambling debt amounted to at least 4.5 million, which ESPN already knew because they had their sources. And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." So later that night, Mizuhara, who is the interpreter, speaks with an ESPN reporter by phone for 90 minutes. The interview's arranged and it's attended by Ohtani's spokesman. And so this is where it starts getting really fucking weird. Because long story short, I'm not gonna get into the specifics of everything from this interview because it was an hour and a half. There's quite a bit. But long story short, Mizuhara, the interpreter, says that he met this guy at a poker game, blah blah, and gained minutes to the poker games, don't care. So he started betting with that guy on credit shortly after they met, because they met at a poker game and all of that. And the worst part is he mentions another infielder for the Atlanta Braves who was friends with Ohtani, and then they both played, or they both were at this poker game. And I know he was sick, like, what? I didn't do nothing. What? I was just saying poker. So he started betting on credit with the guy, right? Placing wagers on several sports, but not baseball. Of course not. So he says he had previously bet on DraftKings and didn't know old boy's operation was illegal. But we'll get to that in a second, because that sounds fishy as fuck. But we'll get to that in a second, right? So at the time, his salary was with the Angels was about $85,000, he says, and by the end of 2022, he had lost over $1 million and was borrowing money from friends and family. I'm sorry, I have a quick note here. How the fuck is the salary of the interpreter of the richest man in baseball $85,000?
No, it's already fucking insane.
That's nuts. But I'm more curiously, let's. How did you lose $1 million? Who are you? And you were borrowing money from friends and family. Is that before? Is that part of the 1 million? Is the money you borrowed, or like how do we get to $1 million from the money you borrowed? So obviously, old boy saying I couldn't share this with Ohtani. I was going paycheck to paycheck. I wanted to kill this lifestyle, so I didn't want to tell him shit. So his debt ballooned to $4 million by early 2023, and that's when he went to Ohtani for help. He said he feared losing his trust. All of that shit. Now, if Ohtani, he was asked if Ohtani knew the person owed the money was a bookie, and basically, old boy says, "No, Ohtani didn't have no clue." I just told him I need to send a wire to pay off the debt. He didn't ask if it was illegal. He didn't ask me nothing about that. So he says after that, Ohtani agreed to pay the debts. The two of them logged into his account and then sent 8 or 9 transactions, each at $500,000 over several months. They added loan to the description field in the transactions. He estimates the final payment was made in October. Basically, when he was asked if he thought he was putting his manners at risk, he was like, I didn't really think about that at the time, nigga. I owe $4.5 million. Yeah, like, bro, like my brother in Christ, like I owe a 10,000 square foot office in a prime real estate in Washington D.C. I owe that. Like, I don't really care about whether this is legal or not. I want to live.
Yeah, look, nigga, this is a death sentence if I don't pay this. So, no, I didn't tell this nigga what was going on.
Yeah, so basically he's from saying that he adds that Ohtani has never gambled and think gambling is terrible. And that's when I knew he was fucking lying. Right then and there. I was
you
like,
didn't that, why do y'all over
like, I look at
niggas lying, bro? Y'all always go one step too far. Like the robot we talked about on the last pod. Mm-hmm. If you didn't mention that it was not controlled, what nigga, if it's AI, why would you don't mention if it's controlled?
Bro, the bot thinks on its own. Why would you say to me nobody was controlling it or anything?
And so you're saying Ohtani doesn't like gambling? Come on, bro, you fucked it up.
Bro, he looked like anyway. Yeah, and that's a good point, right? Your salary was $85,000, but the bookie let you run up $4.5 million. Now that one, I do think there is an explanation for that, and it's gonna be predatory as fuck.
No, I believe that for sure. Bookies don't give a fuck. They'll no.
And on top of that, I believe that because he's looking at it like, nigga, you're Ohtani's translator. Like, you can always just get a bag. Like, he's probably of the belief Ohtani breaking you off under the table. So he like, look, I'm letting you run up a bag because I know if you ain't good for it, your man's is. Like, somebody good for that shit.
Hey, look what happened. He went to his man's.
And his man's was good for the shit. I mean, he took a gamble with a gamble and it paid off. So that was that whole thing, right? That was on a Tuesday night, right? And this is where it starts getting very fucking weird from here, right? So Dodgers open the season, bye, do. And mind you, this is the day after that interview happened. Mm-hmm. The day after, the Dodgers played a game, the season opener against the Padres. They win. And on top of that, they also won, right? But then even worse than that, they won. And then him and Ohtani are seen in the dugout laughing, shooting the shit in the final minutes of the game, So then later that same morning, next day, right? 9 a.m. MLB source says officials are aware of what old boy told ESPN the previous night, that Ohtani covered his debt and this and that. So after the game, right? The Dodgers hold a meeting in the clubhouse where the owner pretty much says, "Look, there's a negative story coming," and Mitsuhara, the interpreter, apologizes again and tells the team he has a gambling problem. And Dodgers executive stands up and says Ohtani had to help cover his shit. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So this is the story that everyone seems to be getting. Right.
Yeah.
On the way back to the hotel, Ohtani starts asking questions about what had been said in the clubhouse. Right. The Ohtani spokesman told ESPN, and his representatives say that's when Ohtani told them he didn't recognize his interpreter's version of the events.
Oh.
According to the Dodgers official and his spokesman, Ohtani's reps pretty much relied on the interpreter to communicate with Ohtani while they were dealing with the situation, and that he basically never told Ohtani what was actually happening. According to Ohtani's spokesman, he discovered on Wednesday for the first time that his money was missing.
Oh, okay.
So now the spokesman talks to ESPN that same day, Wednesday. Pretty much said, nah, he's lying. Ohtani didn't know, all that. And so, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, right? So obviously, with all this going on, ESPN basically demands that Ohtani's spokesman go on the record with these allegations and gives him a deadline. Because he's like, wait, hold on. Your man's told us debt was paid off on behalf and and that sounds weird, but we'll let the MLB figure that out, right? But then you come back and pretty much say, nah, that's not what happened. I didn't realize money was taken. Okay, so are you alleging that a nigga took $4 million? Like, I just need to make sure that's what you're saying, because I'm about to write this paper. And if that's what you're saying, you listen, I'm not bullshitting. These are very serious allegations. Right?
No, bro, I need to get this straight. I want to make sure.
Yeah, like he's like, I don't want to, because I know I put out stories before and niggas said, I didn't say, I gave you a chance. I'm telling you, 145, I'm posting this shit. So if you don't hit me back in the next 30 minutes, my nigga, it's gonna go out with whatever's there. Like, so now at this point, and they said they're gonna promise a statement by 2 p.m. Right? So Ohtani's lawyers issued a statement at 2 p.m. and basically said, in the course of responding to media inquiries, we discovered that Ohtani has been a victim of a massive theft, and we are turning the matter over to the authorities. Now, here's where I've got my first issue here. Here's where I got my first issue here. There was a couple people who was explained. What the hell is Mike? There's a couple people who have explained how these bank transfers work. And they're just like, guys, I'm here to tell y'all this. As a nigga who worked at a bank, you, a person who is not the account owner or a person on the account, simply cannot authorize $500,000 bank wire transfers. It's not possible. So Ohtani had to authorize these things. Or someone with the power on his account has to, because again, a bank is just simply not, they don't care how much money you make. They're just not going to let you wire out $4 million from your account without you probably being there in person. Nigga, you're not wiring $4 million online. Nigga, come into my shop. Like, come to the bank, bro.
Nigga, yeah, it depends on country you're in too.
Online.
Yeah, I mean, well, we talking California, nigga, so it ain't
baseball.
Like, so, but again, so a lot of people were just saying, like, that's the first part that stinks about this, is that, buddy, he simply would not have been able to do that. Maybe, look, let's pretend he could have got one off. You tell me he got 9 off over the course of several months, and a bank at no point flagged this? Because, again, it wouldn't be Ohtani doing it. So that's my whole thing, where I'm like, I'm sorry, that first story is starting to sound like the truth, for real. That first story is starting to sound like what really happened.
I don't even know why he needed to lie. The first story, it wasn't him gambling.
True, but think about it. I think that's the rub here. Let's be honest here. He was gambling. Come on now. Like him throwing in, he thinks gambling is terrible. It's evil. It's the worst thing in the world. It's a sin. Like,
see, but it's like, if he didn't say that, if he did not say that, it wouldn't put the thought in people's heads.
It starts adding up. Like, now it starts to sound like, okay, you was throwing him bread to put on some bets on some other sports and all of this shit. And again, he's saying he didn't bet on baseball. The investigation will play that out. But my whole point is, it sounds like he was probably placing bets through him.
Oh yeah, I could definitely confirm he definitely bet on baseball.
Well, I mean, shit. We'll see what it is. We'll see what it is. We'll see what it is. But I know for a fact, like I'm like, not know for a fact, but at this point, like I'm like, brother, the story it seems like is you was betting on something through him, which again would also explain. Like again, we already explained how.
You know about Pete Rose?
No, but let me finish my. So it's like we already explained like an $85,000 salary and why he would let him run up millions because your man's is right there. But if I am also to believe that Ohtani was simply placing bets through you, then it makes even way more sense why he let you run up that $5 million tax.
Yeah.
He said because
my employer, he got a bag. So like this isn't for me.
Like, yeah, no, I'm placing bets for Shohei, but he can't place him because it look bad. Oh, got you. Heard you, right? And
yeah, supposedly the Pete Rose got disqualified from Hall of Fame because of that.
Oh, he did. And his ass should have. Like, it's like because Pete Rose was point shaving, wasn't he? Like, that's the other thing. Like, we did. We literally just did. Yeah. But Pete Rose ass was hold on, I would have to look because I don't, I damn sure don't remember the I damn sure don't remember that. But again, he was saying that he bet on a whole bunch of stuff, but never on baseball. And let's see. Oh yeah, and they gave reporter allegations.
But at the same time, if you betting on a bunch of stuff but not baseball, why would you need to hide the bet? You only need to hide the sport that you're betting on. NFL players can bet on NBA players. NBA players can do vice versa. So like,
yeah, I think
it was betting his own teams, some shit like that.
Now again,
we're not talking about Pete Rose. We're talking about Shohei Ohtani. We don't.
Oh, okay, my bad.
All this is alleged. We don't even know what's going on. We're just speculating on what's really going on in the situation.
Yeah. So long story short, yeah. You can bet on anything. I'm looking at it now. MLB, you can bet on anything that's not the MLB. Can't bet on MLB, minor league, home run derbies, skills competitions, college baseball, high school baseball, international. You can't bet on any baseball anywhere in the world.
Nigga, that has no effect on the MLB. I can't bet on high school baseball.
But I get it to a degree because let's be real here. If a popping nigga go to a high school game, he can get you niggas to lay down.
Oh, he get you to put some juice going.
Yeah, he could definitely get y'all to lay down. So I'm not shocked about that part. But yeah.
So this leads even more credence because like, why would you need to funnel bets through somebody else if it wasn't for?
Yeah, because you are allowed to bet, and that's my whole thing. Like, if you're just a degen gambler, like, dog, you can get it off. Like, you can just easily get it off. It's perfectly fine because who cares? No one cares if your March Madness bracket got busted and you paid $1,000 for the bracket. No one cares. That happens every year to people. We don't really care. So that's why I'm starting to think like, we're gonna wait to see what's up with this investigation. But that part of the story seemed very sus to me, where I'm like. He came out and he said all that and he did all, and I get it. He's your translator, so you don't quote unquote know what he's saying fully. But I don't know, man. Something not right.
If this all
he might be investigated, but I think they might just let him go.
Nah.
I
think they're gonna get to the bottom of this.
No, for gambling.
It depends what they find, though. It depends what they find. Because if they just genuinely find that he was paying off his man's debt, like old boy said. If it was the first story, then I think he should be fine. He might just be embarrassed or whatever. If it's the second story, oh boy stole your shit, he'll also be fine because he stole from you. So I think Ohtani honestly probably should be fine unless there's a third option, which is you were giving him money to play that.
Yeah. But
on baseball games on your behalf. That would be
his interpreter is gonna take the dive. There's no way. I don't see a single scenario where Ohtani gets found out for gambling on this. It's not gonna happen.
No, his interpreter. Now, granted, eating a $4 million wire fraud. Oh God! Oh God!
Hey man, he'll put money on them books. That nigga will be living lavish.
I hope so.
He'll be living like Lil Wayne when he was in jail. That nigga Wayne had a plasma TV in his cell.
But what I'm confused about, right, is like again, I know ultimately, like if he need him to, he'll simply just take the fall for him. But I'm confused about. So then, why did they tell the original story and then rebut it? Like, were they not in sync at that moment? Like, that's only.
It's It's a lot
That's
of
the
weird
part that's
shit going
missing
on
for me.
here.
That's the only part for me that's still missing where I'm just still not entirely sure why this took place. Like I got to figure that part out. But other than that, I mean, look, I keep my eyes peeled, but this should look interesting.
Does Ohtani have more than one interpreter? Like he has the interpreter that's between him and the MLB in America, and then he has like people in his camp because like if his interpreter told the story, right? Who relayed that story back to Ohtani, and then somebody was like, "Nah, that's not
Well, I
right.
think
That's
he's
not
the
what
one that's
happened."
taking the fall. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I even seen they was talking about a Japanese professional baseball team. There was players from there who were basically saying like the interpreter would frequently take them to casinos in the U.S. during training camps in Arizona and teach them how to gamble. So like I have no doubt about that. The interpreter is a degen. Like it's very simple to see that. Like, but again, I'm thinking to myself, Ohtani, I think your ass might be too. I think you might be too. So I don't know.
Hoping for the best. Hoping it's just the interpreter that's the DJ.
Yeah, look, I
Ohtani is one
want
of the best baseball players.
Yeah. I want to see Ohtani play. So truth be told, even if he did do that, let that nigga cook. It's fine.
Honestly, yeah.
He's Japanese. Like, let him do like the little bow and like I've dishonored you and all that shit. Like, he good. He good. We can get right back to it. Like, my fault, big bro. What's that shit? My fault, OG. But shit, where else we got? Where are we at on time? We are almost at 2 hours.
Do you think that's gonna hurt Ohtani's season and the way he plays
That's a good
this season?
Question. I think that's probably the best question because
I think this is his Kobe moment, yo, because Kobe put up 81 while he's facing them charges. So like, if Ohtani,
is that when that took place?
that is when that took place.
That's crazy.
He was fighting. That's the only reason he's free. If he did not put on a show, they were like, "This nigga did it, yo." He cracking under the pressure. He did it. He played so normally. They're like, "Nah, there's no way." He's not even worried about it, right?
They told him straight up, 75, or we putting a felony on your jacket. 75 or prison, nigga. What you want to do?
Ohtani needs. I don't watch baseball, so I don't know what's like the normal amount of home runs that niggas need in the season, but Ohtani needs, I want to say 7 home runs this season. That might be low because them niggas play like hundreds of games, right? Or like 80 games.
Ohtani has had 100 home runs in the last 3 seasons before this. 130 minimum to be exact.
In 3 seasons. So if you divvy that out, that nigga.
You think he's gonna help? You think he's gonna help LA in the championship?
I don't know, because with baseball, my problem with baseball is like it's just niggas pay a lot of money. I mean, you see the same thing happen in football too sometimes, where teams play a ton of money out, and just because you have really good talent, it don't translate. Like you need chemistry, you need a complete team, in this case you need a bullpen, you need pitchers, you need relief guys, you know what I mean. So there's so many aspects of the team. I think the Dodgers on paper are an incredible team, like an insane team. So I think they're going to be favorites to win anything. Does that will it translate? I mean, again, I will have to see how this affects Shohei. We'll have to see how the rest of the team play. Again, I don't know too much about baseball, so let me not.
I don't know anything about baseball, so we're not the authorities on this. But I'm assuming, like you said, the Dodgers are already favorites most of the time, right?
In this case,
the Dodgers are a good team.
Yeah, in this case, I would have to, because I'm trying to look at what the Dodgers were last year with their record. They're 3-1 currently so far. But let's see.
How many games? There's been 4 games already.
Dog, there are like 1,026 games in a baseball season.
Nigga, they play so many games. It's fucking crazy.
Let's see. Dodgers record last year, they were 162 last year.
That is so many games. Nigga, I played baseball as a kid, like through most of my life. 161 games.
Mm-hmm. 162. Sorry, that's how it goes.
Nigga, basketball isn't that much. Football is like what?
Well, granted,
14
remember
weeks?
with baseball though, like baseball is a different type of sport. You know what I mean? So it's like because my whole thing is like there's certain folks who everyone has to field and then hit, but then there's like pinch hitters and
You're sitting on
designated
the bench.
hitters,
Yeah.
and like you said, you're sitting down for 80 to 90% of the game, or you're just cooling out, standing still or sitting still for 80% of the game. So it's obviously if you're a pitcher or something like that, nigga, you work in every play.
I think San
But
Francisco is gonna win the division at least.
sure,
I don't
sure.
even know
I don't
what
even know if
team
they're in
San
the same
Francisco
division.
is.
The Giants, I know that, but
Oh, the
let's see.
Giants are in
We got the
San Francisco?
Giants, the Padres, the Diamondbacks, and the Rockies. The Rockies stink. That part I do know.
I know the Rangers.
Yeah,
When I was a
NOS.
kid, we were the Rangers. I know the White Sox. I know the Red Sox, Yankees, Mets. Mets always suck no matter what. That's just a universal law.
White
I know the
Sox are good.
Tigers because I'm from
Too.
Detroit. I know the Braves because I lived in Atlanta.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have to see. We'll check in with this. But I think Shohei's gonna be fine.
Nigga,
Game
he is
play
100
wise,
to be fine.
yeah, play wise, I don't know how it's gonna go. Play wise, I don't know how it's gonna go. But only other thing is I want to talk about this Diddy raid, but I don't got enough time to do this.
Oh yeah, who you think might get the MVP? MVP.
In baseball,
In what
no
league?
idea.
In what league?
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, don't get me wrong.
National League.
Oh, you meant it like that. Let's
You
see.
think about the pitch count, pitch clock.
I'm gonna go with Mookie Betts. I don't know.
Mookie Betts.
In the NL?
Dodgers. Yeah.
I know literally zero about baseball. I barely know any. I only know the big names. Like
American League. AL.
Derek Jeter, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Ken Griffey Jr. Shohei Ohtani.
I'm gonna go with Marcus Simeon. Marcus Simeon.
Are you just
Texas
players right now?
I'm
just looking at who was well. One, I did place a few MLB bets last year.
You think Texas? You think Texas is gonna repeat?
No.
I didn't even know Texas won last year.
I did know that. I found that out today because I saw their rings. The rings are really nice.
Oh, let me look at the Texas.
I think they got a good squad though, at least.
Yeah, they may. They absolutely may. It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got what? They got Kirby Yates. Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win the AL? That's the question right here.
That is certainly the question.
That is a question above.
That's my question right here.
Let's see the AL.
Yankees.
Looking at the ring, you're right. I do this ring, nigga. That looks like the T-Mobile T on that ring.
What ring? The T-Mobile ring?
The Texas Rangers ring.
Texas Rangers ring?
It looks like it's the same font as the T-Mobile T.
Good lord. I'm gonna say something insane. Just say the Orioles.
Oh, Orioles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Orioles. And I made that assessment based on sorting for stats, and they have the least amount of strikeouts, and they have a very good batting average.
I think probably Tampa Bay is gonna probably give them a run for their money.
Yeah, I could certainly see the team from Tampa Bay giving them a run for their money. I could see that. I could even see another team.
In Tampa Bay?
The Rays.
Oh, the Rays. Oh man.
Let's see. We'll talk about this DEI mayor real quick. Obviously, so we know there's a bridge collapsed in Baltimore, so prayers out to them folks. But for some reason, this spawned a conversation where people, white people are not slick. This DEI shit is just diet thug, which was just diet N word. Like it's like at this point, like I know what y'all doing. Like which was diet woke, which was all of that other bullshit that niggas say when they really want to say like the N word, or they really want to say like y'all people, like they just don't want to say the people.
Yeah. What pissed me off the most about this? Well, I mean, all of it pissing me off, but the clip that they used where they said the Baltimore DEI mayor, it was I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess because I'm being influenced by these people, but I was
Like
expecting some type of bad.
yeah, you
Like
simply thought he said something. Like
I thought he was gonna say something crazy, but this is a standard speech that a government official would say after a tragedy. He said normal things. It's like this is the most racist shit that you could have. DEI mayor. It is only he said Baltimore's DEI mayor comments on the bridge collapse. It's only going to get worse from here. I want to put you in a place where I cannot say.
You're talking about Baltimore? The thing in Baltimore?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I want to wear a studded forearm sleeve and then put you in a headlock.
I'm just gonna say send him to the gulag.
The Loggington. Yeah, this.
Do you think that was like a man-made sabotage?
No.
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 No, I think honestly, I think incompetence explains so many things, but I think people are so unwilling to accept incompetence because I think that scares them on a level. Like it scares people to think that there are so many people who are in control of your lives every day, whether it's airplanes and airports and airlines, whether it's the bus driver, whether you know what I mean. Like there's so many people you put your life in the hands of every day you get on the road or every day you go to work or whatever it may be, and I think it's hard for us to accept that this many people or this many systems
people
breed
looking for
incompetence.
a boogeyman. People are just looking for a boogeyman. Like whenever bad shit goes on, nobody wants to accept that just bad shit happens. They always like to look for a scapegoat. Like I'm the biggest person that hates the government. Like
He's big, all right. I'm sorry.
I'm the biggest government hater.
You can never leave unstone turned.
Yeah, unstone turned for sure.
Unstone turned. Yeah, that's true.
That is the same.
What was it saying? Yeah, I'm the biggest government hater. I hate the government. I don't trust the government. Nobody trusts the government. But all of you people out here with these conspiracy theories, man, you're like there's enough evil in front of you every day. Not everything needs to be a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, especially in this case where I think like when you saw what happened and saw what this like, it's like it looks like the ship simply lost power at some point or lost like and then when you really dive into again, we just came out of a pandemic and we see the stuff going on with Boeing. We see the stuff going on with all these companies which are firing all of their good workers, replacing them with bums that they can pay less and just praying for the best and hoping it works. And what does that breed? It breeds incompetence, it breeds a lack of quality insurance. And you're getting a lot of this shit showing itself through other means. So for example, you'll be driving a bus and then a bus start bugging out. The driver tries to do his best and maybe he overcompensates and slams into a car. And then, but now we blame the bus driver instead of realizing that, buddy, all those buses were poorly maintained because it costs money to maintain them. And they figured they could save a buck by firing all the, you know what I mean? Like by firing the maintenance team.
The owners and the companies about the boats are the one that be complaining about the issue.
Right. Like, and that's the thing. So I guarantee you look into that boat company. I promise you're gonna start to see there's a lot of safety concerns they ignored. There was a lot of routine maintenance checks that didn't get like this happens all the time. We see this all the same thing with Boeing. These doors ain't flying off because they want niggas murked on these planes. They flying off because y'all fired all the people who did quality assurance, and now instead of 100 quality assurance agents, it's 10. And they still got to handle the same amount of shit. So what you think? They finna walk to the side. That's good. All right, cool. That's all good. And he's like, you don't want to check the back, bro. I gotta get out of here.
I mean,
I
shit,
got
it's even more devious than that. It's not just a lack of quality insurance people. It's a lack of good materials. They're using
right. That's
shitty,
it. But
crappy materials to build
all
it.
of it, all of this is in service of what? To save a buck. That's what I'm getting at. Like
Yeah.
that's. But again, people like you said, they want to find that boogeyman because it makes it's easier for me to wrap my brain around the pilot of the or the captain of the boat just drove that hole into the bridge because he was bugged out. You know, right? It's easier to wrap my brain around that than it is. Well, the pilot of the boat was helpless because the controls are fucked up. The controls are fucked up because the maintenance team didn't get to him. The maintenance team didn't get to them because you know what I mean. Like
That's what happens when you cut corners.
yeah, and that's exactly
Yeah.
what happens when you cut corners. But it's so much easier to wrap your mind about one person did something wrong, and that's the problem. Other than the system failed me in 5, 6, 7, 8 different places, and it all bleeds down into this one moment. Because again, same thing with the door flying off at United. Like I guarantee you, the dude working on that door probably gets fired or something, right? But does that solve the issue? Because if the materials were shit, y'all gave me a timeline that was impossible. And you get what I'm saying? If all these things add up, nigga, what was I supposed to do other than fail? It's just it's a miracle. People haven't failed more. It's a miracle you don't see even more incompetence.
I think what pisses me off the most about all these conspiracy theories is the main leading, I guess, quote unquote reason. Y'all can't see me, but I'm doing quotes. The main reason that people are saying this is a conspiracy theory is because there is multiple camera angles, and people are implying that it was supposed like
Yeah,
the
like they
camera
like
angles
yeah,
were
yeah, I
set up
get this
before.
now.
I don't know how to tell you.
Anybody ever heard of Operation Mockingbird?
I have. I can't remember what it was, but
Oh,
I do remember reading about that
controlling
shit.
the conspiracy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Basically like playing like yeah. Gotcha.
Controlling all that shit. Yeah.
But for me, my thing is like
Like what I was saying before, nigga, this is a major city
Shit.
with a major port.
yeah, and that's a
There are
major
going to be
bridge.
cameras. And nigga, first off, we live in a surveillance state. There's cameras on every corner, on every
Yeah, word.
street.
Like,
So this is a major city with a major port. People don't understand how much import comes through that Baltimore
oh
harbor.
yeah, they really don't. They actually don't.
They don't
Yeah.
understand. There's cameras set up. So of course the cameras are going to be pre-set up. So like the whole conspiracy theory of like why were there cameras? You're fucking stupid.
Yeah, like there's gonna be cameras all over this port, all over the roads leading into this port, out of this port, the
Of
roads
course there's going to be
like
multiple angles.
because it's a major national and regional port, brother. Like this isn't just like some Baltimore shit that only niggas from Baltimore use. Like, no, like if you're a truck driver, you probably drove over that bridge. Like if like so that it's a port that is it's a well-used port. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's my whole thing. But again, people just run with whatever they run with, and that's just my real issue. Like I don't have no problem with conspiracy theories because I like to consider things that are worth considering, right? Like so don't get me wrong, like it's not like I'm like no that you couldn't possibly be right. No, but it's just all right, cool. You say it's a conspiracy theory. You say they meant to do it. Walk me through any aspect of this that you can make sense to me, and that's the hard part because I'm struggling to I can't. Motive is
That's
always
why
going
I
to be the
have a
hardest part.
problem with these conspiracy theories because they never have a solid path.
Yeah, and it's like, listen, my perfect example, right? We just read the whole Ohtani situation, right? And we came up with a whole bunch of conspiracy theories as to what it could be. But what were the theories based in? Some of the things we're
Reality.
seeing, some of the, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff that I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this like I'm basing off. You said something, and when people say that, they usually mean it. Like again, I'm basing it off of some of those types of things. It can still be conjecture all you want, but it's like when niggas come up with some of these conspiracy theories, they just be like, oh, he crashed it into there for
Since
what?
you're talking about conspiracy theories, I might sound off the topic and kind of corny. Hitler.
No,
You think he was killed?
enough. No,
Or
no.
okay.
Enough.
Or he
I
boomed
just
himself. I don't know. I don't really think I care.
was he killed or was he saved?
Oh,
That's
you.
the
Oh,
question.
okay. You mean like that? All right. Well, yeah. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Yeah.
Whether
He
he
was
did it or
killed?
somebody else did it, yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay.
Well, I think he killed himself, but I don't know about saved. I don't know what's going on with that.
Now he dropped down. They just walked over to him and pressed the whole X to revive him.
Press and hold X.
All right, but I'll tell you what, I'm about to get up out of here because I'm running a little low on time. But ladies and gents, Waffle House employees, Bojangles drive-through lady, I hope y'all had a great time listening to
Yes, sir.
episode 127.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.